Hello, welcome to the channel. We are back for another episode of Knights of Payne Town University. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We are
Big
back.
hello.
We're back.
So yes,
All
we are
your
back for our fourth
questions
episode.
answered.
So what was that?
Oh, no. All our burning questions will be answered is all I was going to say. Because we've got a lot of them.
No, never. We are back for our fourth episode. We are still in Prelude, the Shark Tank, where last episode, if you missed us, we got attacked by a shark, which is a bit of a, well, kind of is a surprise, kind of isn't. It's a whole big thing. But we survived, and then apparently we burnt down the building. Well,
No one knows who was responsible for that part of it.
someone burnt down the building. It wasn't us.
The building got set on fire. Who's to blame, really? Nobody knows. Unless you watched last week's episode, then you know exactly who to blame.
And
Who
who
did
was
that?
that?
They'll find out here shortly when I do my opening monologue.
Yeah. So that's a whole big thing. We have the soundtrack from City of Oak. So, yeah, that was really bad. Son of Oak Studios soundtrack for the this. That's what you're hearing in the background for the most part. We're also going to be augmenting that with a little bit of Syrinscape. Check out Syrinscape. They're not a sponsor, but they do amazing work at Syrinscape.com. Just augment that audio that we're going to be using. And you can donate to the channel. Little donations of $1 help out, and that donation, each $1 donation, gives the player of your nomination a luck point, which they can spend to help out a role. That's about all the things we have, apart from the fact that the overlay was the artwork was designed by Hidekiro Chibi. The overlay functionality was done by Mr. Light Producer. And I think that's about everything that we've got for that type of thing. Otherwise, we can do our introductions, starting with Wolf of Red Roses.
Hi everyone, Wolf of Red Roses here. I play Corvus Castle, early childhood education professor at the university, and avatar of the Grim Reaper. You can find me later when I do my promos, but that's it for now.
We have Neon.
I'm Neon. I'm playing Abrahm Petrov, your resident Storm Whipper Upper dance instructor for the Payne University. And like Wolf said, we will get those other things out of the way later.
And I'm playing, my name's Karsh. People should be knowing me for now. I'm playing Charles Dundas. No, wait, no. I'm playing Chuck. And he's the jock. That's pretty much all you need to know. He's the jock. He's the dumb jock. Polter.
I'm Polter, and I play Zeke Delphine, night shift security guard of the university, and Rift of the Mothman.
D.
Hi, my name is Dee, and I am playing a girl named Dew, and she is an inventor. She does a lot around analyzing and understanding what's going on through investigation, and she's really obsessed with the vintage era of the 90s.
It's not vintage if you've lived through it. Just pulling that through there. And our amazing MC, Mistress of Ceremonies, Polly People.
Hello, I am Polly. I am here, the MC of this game. We're still playing through the Shark Tank introduction to the Knights of Payne Town or Knights of Payne University adventure. And we start like we do every game before I just start. Like we do every game with a voiceover monologue. Today, brought to you by your good friend and mine, Corvus Castle.
The camera, I guess, zooms in on Corvus sitting at his kitchen table, fiddling with something, and we're hearing his thoughts come out here. How did it come down to this? You think you just get a job at a university, you teach the kids, you live your life and everything will be fine, but not the way it works. Especially not, well, earlier this night. What started as us getting out of the pawn shop and getting back to the Mister Room ended up with us in the bar brawl to end all bar brawls. The, I guess, enforcer of Honeylip finally caught up with us and decided that was a good place to stage her attack. I don't know the full details. I didn't stick around to speak with everyone after what happened, but I guess she just summoned some water and appeared as a shark, started eating everyone else. I jumped in and did what I could to at least get the rest of the goon squad off my friends. I don't know if we're friends anymore at this point. But then she was ran through with a sword and she pulled out my dad's pen. That was not something I was expecting, but and she broke it. So I broke her, and don't think everyone else appreciated me doing it like that. But that's a situation as I currently have to deal with it, so nothing else to do but keep forging on ahead.
And the place where this altercation took place, if I recall correctly,
it may have burned down.
And so, where we left things last week was at we did a montage move, and I believe, did everybody work their way through that, or was there any unfinished business?
There was a bit of unfinished business
Yeah.
on two fronts. I
Okay.
believe we didn't actually get through what I was doing for my monologue, or not for my monologue, for my montage.
Right.
And then Abram decided to wander over to my house to talk to me after
There
he
we go.
recuperated
Mhm.
a little bit. I'm not sure the order you want to start those things off with, Polly.
Well, that would be, let's see. Why don't you talk with Abram first?
Sure.
Really? Okay.
All right. Yeah, Abram, if you want to narrate coming up to my house, it's
Yeah.
it's I guess just brick townhome somewhere close by the university within like walking distance.
So I think there's a few moments before he's walking up to the steps where he's thinking about Corvus being quiet in the van. He didn't see everything that went down in the bar itself, but he knows something happened, something that changed Corvus a bit and his behaviors. And the fact that he just kind of dipped when everyone was recuperating and recovering has him a bit worried. So he goes up to the steps and knocks on the door kind of hesitantly, as he doesn't know if, they're this close of in their relationship to be able to visit homes and such.
Yeah, so there's like a beat. You then hear footsteps approaching the door, various locks undoing themselves, and the door opens, and you see Corvus standing there. In probably the most casual dress you've seen him. He's just wearing jeans and a t-shirt at this point. Like, Abram, hi. Are you?
Sorry to bother you. I just I noticed things were a bit off when you left. Is everything okay?
I don't think I described them as okay, but probably not best to talk about these things in the open. But come on in. And you
He'll look
just leave
around
the door
and
open.
come in. How's Corvus looking, like, mentally? Like, Abram's kind of checking him over. What's he look like?
He is definitely looking exhausted, if nothing else.
Okay.
So,
I
like,
know the. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah. Corvus brings you over into his living room. He tells you to take a seat. It's like, anything to drink before we get started here?
No, thank you. I just wanted to check on you quickly. The rest of the crew seemed a bit off put by what happened. Are you sure? Are you good to be, alone?
I think it's best right now that I am. If you're worried about what it sounds like you're worried about, that won't be an issue. I'm also not technically alone right now, but that's a separate thing entirely.
Of course.
Yeah, no, this was not a good night in any regard. And there's definitely going to be a conversation that needs to happen with everyone else later. Did they tell you what happened at all?
Bits and pieces, not fully, but if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I suppose I'm the one who did it, so I should be the one to tell you. While you were unconscious and bleeding out, Vicky managed to run through the shark with her sword, umbrella, whatever it is. And while she was still impaled by the sword, she pulled out my father's pen, the one I dropped 2 nights ago now. I guess the police gave it to her. Maybe she stole it. I don't know. And she broke it. That's one of the few things I had remaining from my dad. And that did not sit well with me, to put it lightly. Do you know what I can do in terms of what I am?
I've seen and, heard a few things. I think I've got the gist of your powers. You don't have to go any further. I think I know what happened
Then
after that.
I made it painful. I didn't have to, but I did. I was angry at her, at myself for losing the pen, at the danger that I think me, you, and Zeke are allowing the students to put themselves in. And I think that just reached a boiling point, and I this far no further.
I think he'll stand up and he'll kind of make that direct eye contact with you. I don't necessarily condone the actions you've taken, but you're a good friend and a good person. And I just want you to know that I'm sure this stands for all the crew as well. If you need something or someone to talk to or work things out with, you can always count on us.
Well,
and just
about someone to talk to. And Corvus pulls out the broken pen, and slowly from it, Abrahm sees this gray mist start coming out of it, and it forms a facsimile, like a close approximation of the body of, once again, I'm going to pronounce his name wrong.
Delia.
Yeah.
Delia.
Her
Delilah.
her form starts materializing out of the pen.
I think he takes a few steps back at first, nervous as to what you were doing, and then he kind of just stares at it, wide-eyed.
When Delia's image appears, by the way, you are surprised when she looks right at you. A look of recognition. You expect, of course, I guess you're not sure what to expect, but what you don't expect is a wide smile looking at you.
Me or
she's
Abrahm?
Glad to see you.
At me or Abrahm?
You.
Okay.
Specifically Corvus. Sorry when I say you.
Yeah. Just wanted to be sure. So, as I said, not technically alone right now.
What are you planning to do with that?
Just talk, I suppose. We she was very obstinate while alive, so maybe death has loosened some lips.
You can talk to this. Are you serious?
When she passed, I used up a lot of what I usually use for my powers, and I think that expenditure, both the emotional pain I was feeling and her physical pain, bound her spirit to, and he like gestures towards the broken pen. So I can talk to her for right now. I don't know how long that's going to last.
Here, I thought whipping up a few dust storms was neat, but this will be rather useful.
I also think it doesn't just apply to her. I think if anyone who's recently passed, I don't know, it just feels like I can speak to them now. It's like something in me is telling me that. Of course, I prefer not to have to test that, other than right now, but
now would be the best time to test it, yes?
I figured as much.
He kind of leans up against one of the walls, crossing his arms, and nods towards you. Go for it.
Set the pen down on the table. All right, then.
Well, Mr. Professor Castle, if I do see you. Well, you have found me somehow, wherever now is.
A few hours after your death.
Well, I prefer to call it a release. You have given me something that I have been searching for I just don't remember how long. But I'm free now.
You are free when I let you be free, I guess would be more accurate. You are bound.
Fair. A small price to pay for the gift you have given me, perhaps unwittingly, but you have given me the best gift. Because, let me tell you this. Life in the city, my life in the city and in the mist is pain, was pain. Nothing but pain. It is all I knew, and now I'm free of it. So ask what you will, Professor.
Well, I guess that alleviates some of the guilt I feel here, but yes, moving on. So, my understanding is you worked for, once again, this nickname to me is just stupid as anything could be, Honey Lips?
Yeah, that's right. I used to worry about Honey Lip. Yeah, boy. It was like a lifetime ago now. Yeah. Yes, I was climbing the ladder of a criminal organization, hoping to reach the top, because you will yourself, so long as you walk this earth, I guess, whatever it is that what plane of existence you're on right now. Yeah, it goes up to the top, but it starts with Honey Lip, sure.
So, right, moving on. So Honeylip is working on behalf of whatever crime family he's a part of. He's not working independently.
Oh yes, he's the consigliere of the Falzoni crime family. That's right.
All right.
Do you have any other questions?
What is he trying to do exactly, if you know that?
Well, I don't know the whole organization, but I was part of the enforcement arm of the, we'll call it the finance wing of the Falzoni crime family. You see, people in Miller Square, They don't have a lot. But they do have pride. But sometimes pride can be bought. And at the most opportune of times. And so it was my job, and I did my job very well, thank you very much, was to create financing opportunities for people in Miller Square. And if they didn't pay, well, that's what I used. I was able to sort of sink my teeth into my work in those cases. And so, yeah.
That
That's
you
what
still
I
speak
do.
in code is very weird to me. Fine. What happened at the Stop and Shop? I assume that was you, considering I believe Abram ran into a puddle over there.
Yeah. I mean, it seems all silly to me now, but it seems silly to you, I guess, but I guess, it's still rough to live on the plane you're on. But yeah, we kept those business owners under our thumb. And that was my job. But the kicker is, and I think this is what you're trying to get at, is it wasn't just a financing operation for finance sake. There was something more. Have you heard of there's drugs out there, but then there's drugs. The operation was, in part, designed to facilitate the trade of something you probably haven't heard of this, but it's called ambrosia. It is the nectar of the gods, right? But it's really actually just a function of some mist. I can't explain it, but it gives you powers that you couldn't possibly imagine. When I was exposed to it, it made me feel all powerful, and it also awoke the rift within me, which of course you have now caused me to be free of, but I didn't know that I was a rift myself until the ambrosia awoke that part of me. And that's the nectar that you are searching for.
That could be what Du had mentioned. That legendary source of energy. Could be this ambrosia. Which is a lot bigger problem than loans in Miller Square, I would say.
Especially if it can create more rifts.
We can't... the chaos that would ensue with people awakening constantly. This would not be good for us. For anyone.
Not everybody awakens, but everybody who tastes the nectar gains powers. But some do awaken. But ultimately, and you will learn this, is that there's a terrible price to be paid. And I paid it until you released me. Your worst nightmares become your every thought. And so good luck to you.
Well, you're still bound to that pen, so I don't know why you're thinking you're going anywhere. Once again, I will ask you one last question, and if you answer it honestly like you have been, I will release you from the pen onto whatever comes after this. Do you know where the ambrosia is being made?
There's no reason for me not to tell you. It's in the Falzoni mansion. That's where it happens. That's where it's made. And let me just tell you this. You might have noticed that there is an extra sort of desire, or there's a little bit of fading in people's legendary powers who may have gotten, call it an addiction to this ambrosia. It's fading because it only lasts a certain amount of time. Every year, as a matter of fact, there is a festival at the mansion, an ambrosia festival, where everybody involved in the Falzoni family, the crime family, they meet. and they have a toast to another year of, well, the legendary juice business. Call it that.
Well, I said one more, and so I'll release you. I was going to ask when the next festival is, because I assume that'd be useful to know, but
2 weeks from now.
well, I feel that you have held up your end, and I'll hold up mine. Be honest, yeah, this is a new one for me, so I'm going to try my best. And so Corvus is like focusing on drawing like the energy that is imbued in this broken pen out of it so that the soul can get released. I don't know if he's able to do that or not.
Yeah, I don't see why not. And she disappears. For all you know, you're successful.
Well, if I start getting haunted by her again, I'll at least know why.
Mhm. All right.
Abram is running over a few things in his mind, but we can skip if you'd like. Go somewhere else.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, my mic fell over. All right. Let's. What's going on in the rest of with the rest of you while this shortly after this, fight and fire? I will start with Dew. What's going on? Where are you? And what are you doing?
So Dew would be at home in her workshop where she designs and invents all sorts of things. She burnt a power tag, so meaning that her backpack, her utility backpack, still isn't available, and she hasn't quite been able to fix the zipper on it, and it's driving her crazy. And she's also tending to a wound that she stitched up in the last episode. And she's just thinking about what's happened. She's like, what group am I in? Such, because after seeing what Vicky did, understandably, she stabbed the shark that was attacking her, but then seeing what Corvus did again, like this is the second time that Dew has witnessed Corvus's power, and it scares her, and she's like, am I a part of this vigilante justice gang? Are we just going around and killing people? That's not who I am. So she's just very unsure about being a part of this group, and feeling that she's like outclassed in some ways. Like the things that she does is like helpful in some ways, but her abilities, so her inventions that get us out of trouble, seem like so small in comparison to what everyone else does. So she's just really questioning herself and what she's doing right now.
Okay. And what about Zeke? Now, keep in mind, Zeke, you still have in the forefront of your mind, among all these other things going on, your friend, Detective Enkidu. You don't know what's going on with her either.
Well, I imagine between mourning the loss of his tattoos on his arm and, trying to keep the pain out of his mind, because he got a pretty big chunk of him taken out by that shark. I imagine he tries to contact Detective Enkidu. First with text, and then I think if they were ignored, he would definitely go to like phone calls.
Okay, so we can resolve that later, but to the extent that you're sending any text messages, of course, you're not getting any answer. And okay, so what about you, Chuck?
Chuck's at his home, which is on campus under the walk bridge. Doesn't have a home, so just, how can I put this? Angrily exercising. Getting all that, what the fuck just happened, anger out of his brain to then try to maybe get to some positive thoughts, because he just killed a guy and then burnt down the place. Yeah, that was fucked up. She was a shark. I don't know how she was a shark, but she was a fucked up shark. But still, burning down the place is not cool. So Shark's doing his angry exercise, essentially working out, and because he doesn't get enough chance to work out, because you always need to be in the gym working out, of course. And that's kind of his night until he just passes out unconscious, or until someone spots him and chases him off campus, when then he has to sneak back again. So the normal, but instead of being happy exercising, it's angry exercising, because yeah, that was again fucked up. That's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. So I assume at some point, you all reconvene at Science Room M.
Yeah.
Unless you want to keep doing things separately.
No.
What day of the week is it now? If we go through one more night.
I think we were on Saturday, right? So it would be Sunday.
Okay. Could not remember.
Okay.
I thought that's what we had
mean,
discussed.
You can
I'm pretty
reconvene
sure.
on whatever day you like.
Oh no, it's just a matter of whether or not some of us have classes we need to teach, and that's up.
True.
But if it's Sunday, then that isn't an issue. So I will mark on my notes that today is Sunday. That way, next week we know if we do another night, it's Monday.
Okay. So you
Alright,
reconvene there on, dare I say, Sunday? Oh,
So, are we going to discuss the what happened?
We should. So,
And I don't mean the shark in the room. I mean the burning fire in the room.
yes, I understood what you meant.
Just checking. Don't want to be
Are we,
killed.
are we a
burned.
vigilante group now? Is that what we are? Are we just like wrecking havoc? That's not what I'm about.
I mean, we are essentially vigilantes.
I mean, I think we're caught up in this, whether we want to be or not.
Right, but it's like how we deal with what being caught up with. I mean, do we just kill people? Is that what we do now?
I mean,
No,
I'd
that is
prefer
what
if we didn't
I did.
try to.
That is an action I chose to take.
Mm-hmm.
You were not responsible for that.
Yeah, but we're witnesses to that, which means
We're accomplices.
yeah, unless we call the police and dob you in, where we'll still be accomplices.
You can if you choose to. I'm not going to stop you.
Well,
Oh.
we've seen what happens when people try to stop you. You kill them and burn them.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we are all in agreement that what Corvus did was rash and near unacceptable. But she was going to kill us.
Yeah,
She-
exactly.
Had the same intention in her heart as that of murderers, of evil. Someone unfortunately had to stop her, or she wouldn't have stopped.
Dude, even Batman doesn't kill. So,
Batman
like,
is not real. You understand this, Chuck?
Batman is totally real. But even Batman doesn't kill. So in the books, in the novels, like the heroes don't kill. The bad guys might try, but the
In
heroes
real life,
don't.
though,
That's the
Chuck,
important.
Things get a little gray there.
It is not
Like-
black and white.
Exactly.
But Black Man's like the darkest hero I know, and he doesn't even kill.
It's hard
What
for
do
me
you-
to see a gray area of burning down a building and like murdering someone and then burning down the building. I'm not quite sure what the gray area is here.
I mean, if she would have killed us, she absolutely would have burned us up. to get rid of any evidence. So I mean,
No, I don't.
Are we
think
the
so.
same as them? Is that like where we're at now? We're like them?
no, we're thinking about it. We're
Does,
already.
does
not
that mean
them.
we get guns and suits and?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. No. On campus, it would definitely hurt. Don't do that.
Don't. Once again, the actions I took are mine. I will accept responsibility for them. I acted in a way that was rash and not the best for, I assume, anyone, except for the idea of maybe if she had lived, she would have come at us again. That is the only defense I have in what I did. However, that is not to say that we didn't gain anything for what happened.
Gain? What, you're collecting
Gain.
things off the people that you kill? Are you a serial killer now?
No, when she passed, her spirit got bound to my father's pen.
Oh, what a nice coincidence. How did that happen? Just happened to get bound to your father's pen?
So
I didn't
you're collecting
intentionally do
trinkets.
Or did you bind it?
If
It
I
was
did,
his
I did
pen
not
to
do it
begin with.
intentionally. It happened.
A
Abram
lot
can
a lot of
attest.
dangerous things just happen around you.
It happens among most people like us.
And let us not forget, everyone yesterday was totally fine going to a pseudo war with the mob. What do you think happens when things like that go on?
I was having fun
Going-
tackling them and knocking them to the ground.
Yeah,
not
we
my
could have
fault that-
tied her up.
And then do what with her?
Question her.
Feed it to the fishes.
Which is killing her.
I was just gonna say, Chuck, you know what that means, right?
I
So we
didn't
tie
say
her up
feeding
and-
to the sharks, because she's the shark.
No, but that's a saying that the mob uses, or at least that they do in movies,
Is
when
it?
they're going to get rid of a body.
No.
Yeah,
That, but
trust me.
that's wrong.
That's why they're the mob, buddy.
So we can't feed them to the fishes. We can't feed them to the. Does that mean we can feed them to the sharks?
It's
I mean, the
same-
good news is we don't have to
basic
worry about
principle.
getting rid of the body now.
Regardless, Abram was with me when I spoke to her.
As this is going on, Chuck like subtly moves a like beginner book of magic disappearing axe away.
Surprisingly enough, she was grateful she had died, which was unusual, if nothing else.
Sounds like religious cult.
It might be related to some. The point is, we figured out that Miller's Square is more than just money laundering. It is essentially a staging ground for some drug that the crime family she was with is producing called ambrosia.
Mm-hmm. Is that the legendary energy I've been seeing?
Most likely. It can give people who are not awoken, I guess, temporary boosts of power as if they were. And it does have the potential to awaken those who are not awakened.
So wait, it gives non-rift abilities?
That is what she claimed.
Man, we could win the football season.
There is a price to be paid for using it. Once again.
I'm pretty sure they're not testing for it if they don't know it exists.
I'm sure they're not,
Point.
but regardless, apparently it turns your world into a living nightmare when you're off of it.
Oh,
Sounds like some drugs, yeah.
So we're not talking like an energy drink. We're talking like roids.
Very similar. Imagine
Maybe a little harder than the roids, I would say.
Imagine roids that could give everyone your strength, Chuck.
Roids on roids. There you go.
I don't take them.
I know you don't. We all know you don't. It is being...
While you are speaking to each other, you hear the sound of a siren outside. Again, it sounds like a fire truck. You've become used to hearing the sounds. That's all.
This reminds me of something else I'll get to in just 1 second. Anyway, apparently the crime family is having some kind of gathering in 2 weeks to celebrate another year of producing ambrosia. Whether or not we choose to continue doing what we're doing and choose to involve ourselves in that is a different one. We'll get to
How
that.
long has this ambrosia business been around?
According to her, maybe a few years, but if
Wow.
maybe they were testing it first and now they're trying to do a field test of it in Miller's Square, I don't know.
But does that mean like we've all had that ambrosia? Is that what like why we've got rifts? Like why we can do stuff?
No, I think you would be aware if you had taken it. Because once again, living nightmare on the withdrawal side of it.
My teachers say that they're surprised that I'm aware that I'm even at school. And most of the time I'm not, but
Yeah, I don't think you're on the drugs, Chuck.
No, I think they are now essentially releasing it in Miller Square to see how profitable it will be, which I assume will be very, and essentially just testing it out on a much more wide group.
So how did this tie in with the pawn shop in Honeylip? Is that like the distributing center, or?
So essentially, they already had an inn in Miller Square through the pawn shop money lending.
Okay.
Now they are doing the drug distribution as like a step up.
I'm sure they will continue to do both. Little side
That-
business, per se.
maybe the pawn shop people had no idea, like they didn't really know what like what we could do, but they seemed to have power themselves, but they didn't really know what that was happening.
That's
It seemed like there was
Excellent
definitely
point.
power surrounding them, yeah.
Yeah,
they could have very easily been users of this stuff, and maybe that's what gave them whatever brief powers they had.
Either way, it is
see, I'm the smart one
dangerous.
It is dangerous. Speaking of danger, last night while I was waiting in the van before I came in, I heard sirens and saw smoke in the distance in Miller Square. I speak
of
fires
fires.
now. Exactly.
here. But has anyone got
No,
the
we-
paper for this morning?
Why don't you check
Paper?
your computer, or MySpace, or whatever it was?
Yeah, newspaper.
Is that a new news app?
No,
For
no, for
someone
the
who's
comics.
obsessed with the 90s, I'm surprised you don't know what a newspaper is. Anyway. I've been
Oh,
reading-
that's funny.
It's what they had before apps.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, Corvus pulls out his cell phone and like checks local news. Like he
Roll
like Google's like,
investigate.
yeah. I have nothing that actually helps me with this. So, we're about to find out how much I actually know about anything. Yeah, no, just double checking.
No,
Got
you're on the
nothing.
wrong website. It's not. It's Netscape Navigator.
Just using his hurt point. Here we go.
That's fine. Investigate. Hey, an 11.
Okay, there you go. Okay, you can. Okay, so it pops up right away. It looks like the laser hot pizza has burned to the ground. Arson is suspected.
That sucks. They had nice pizza.
And as it you read further down in the story, and it says that the late owner Michael Bryant has perished in the fire.
No.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
He was an asshole.
Well,
Well, now we know why. It was because he was caught up in all this. I'd be a little on edge too if I
There's
was
that.
under their heel.
So
Now-
you can be an asshole and also be kept up on all this. They don't have to be linked.
right.
True.
Speaking of Link, we still never figured out what happened.
We're going back to the
body of-
90s again.
What?
Link.
For what?
Oh,
Hmm?
that video game thing. Okay. I put two and two together there. No, what I was saying was the body of the Stop and Shop owner disappeared, right?
Yes.
It's gone.
Yeah.
What if they came back and are now getting revenge and they're the ones who are doing all these fires?
That's
Like a
is
revenant.
So
not
you,
out of the possibility.
are you saying that this, like, the person's now a ghost?
I
feel
mean,
like
Corvus already talked with one.
A ghost with
It could be
like
any
fire?
number of things. It could be some sort of ghost. It could be someone who has the ability to rise from the dead again.
Or a
don't know.
necromancer. A necromancer in the mob.
I feel like we
Why
just
would
keep adding on to our docket. If we're concerned about this ghost or this possibility, maybe let's go take care of it. Check out this fire before we move against the mob or anything.
That does seem to be the more immediate concern.
Yeah.
It is going to be swarming with police, though, at the moment.
So you're talking more like a ghost rider?
Spirit of vengeance, if you will, sure.
Yeah. I can't
Yeah.
remember if... Did he have a motorbike?
He did.
So can you talk to any ghosts, or is it just the ones that you trap?
Or is it the ones that you kill?
Or is it just the people you kill? Or can you just talk to any ghosts? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh.
I haven't
Okay.
tried. I didn't even know I could do it until last night.
If we kill
I
you,
don't
do you
know.
get to talk to yourself?
You would have to try and kill me first.
Well, the trying's not that hard part, but like I don't want to. I'm just like asking
The
for
answer
a
is
friend.
I don't know.
Hey, if I die, you
Nothing
should try
has-
it with me.
Hey,
duly
why don't
noted.
we
If any of
shelf
you
this
pass, I will talk to
conversation?
your ghost. Sure.
Like,
Uh,
for the
but-
record, if I die, please don't trap me anywhere or bring me back to talk to me about anything.
And
Fair
for the
enough.
record, if you kill me, I'll be very pissed.
I have no
Well, I think
intention
any
of
of us
killing
would be.
any of you.
So
wish-
Zeke, so what is the words?
Hold
The-
a ban around.
Yes, there you go.
The word
say
is
those.
shotgun.
Shotgun?
Never
Oh, that
check
one was
first.
quick. Almost getting close. But
You're
yeah,
learning.
Zeke will go ahead and go get the van.
Okay, so do you go ahead. Tell me what happens.
Right.
So we were heading to at least the vague area of the
I mean-
Lazy Pizza, which would be Miller Square, right?
Okay, all right.
Oh no, I'm looking for. I thought we were gonna go towards the potentially new fire.
That's what.
It
that
might
was
be the
Lazy
same
Pizza,
location.
right?
Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll head to Miller
No,
Square. and
Yeah.
There's another.
No,
I think
Oh,
Laser
no,
Hot was
no.
yesterday.
no, the fire. Well, okay. So if you are walking, okay, here's what happens. You walk out of Science Room M. There is a flurry of activity suddenly. There is smoke billowing out of a nearby university building. It happens to be a building where Professor Castle's office is. And you look up out of your window, smoke pours, and firefighters are running into the building.
Seems about right. Corvus just begins walking over to where his office is.
And there are a a number of police officers that are arriving on the scene. It's quite chaotic at the moment. You can't seem to get anybody's attention, but what do you do if anything at this moment?
What time of day is it right now?
It seemed like it was
A little
good.
bit
Yeah.
before noon would be my guess. I assume
Early
people
enough.
were very tired and recovering from getting eaten by sharks last night, so probably not super early in the morning.
So even on Sundays, I'm assuming someone has to be the security guard. Could I try to like listen in on the like the walkie-talkies or whatever to see if anyone's talking about what's going on?
I
Roll
thought you were
invest-
supposed to be working.
No,
Knights.
he's the Knight's security guard.
Was there a roll?
Zeke, I think, was supposed to roll investigate there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut off Polly.
I'm using my basic security gear
Okay.
one. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of the only one I got for. Well, I have a tag that's just security guard, but even I don't really know what that one is supposed to mean, so I'm not going to use it yet.
Okay.
So, flat out investigate.
Well, there you go. Okay, so you get one clue. You get to spend one clue, one to one, but your investigation might expose you to danger. The clues you may get are fuzzy, incomplete, part true, or part false.
The walkie-talkie catches on fire.
Yeah.
Just explodes in my hand. So
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
I want to know what was the start of the fire, if we can figure that out. I mean, it was obviously like arson, but I want to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, so like what you hear right now is, well, we'll say it's a little bit fuzzy, but it does appear that the start of the fire was localized in Professor Castle's office. There is some discussion that surprises you, that causes you to believe that there is that the narrative is that Professor Castle started a fire in his very own office in order to hide some sort of evidence. But that's all you know.
Yeah, I'm assuming like everyone else can, right near me can also hear my talkie. So I'm gonna look over to Corvus like, that's not good.
I don't
Nope.
think it is a vengeful spirit as much as Chuck might want it to be, this Ghost Rider. It sounds like you're being framed by the either criminals or cops, one of them.
Someone's a doppelganger.
Maybe
Six
they were
on the
just
one
doing an
hand, half
experiment.
dozen on the other, you feel.
I remember experiments in high school where like they used to do like little explosions and stuff with Bunsen burners. So maybe in doing that.
That's a
So,
great
considering
fifth
I haven't
hypothesis.
been in my office all day, I've been with Abraham, stayed the night at my place after coming over, and then
Ooh.
I went with him to the meeting. There really hasn't been much I could have done to do this, and I'm also not one of the science professors, so I'm not running experiments in my own office.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any reason why any of you would necessarily suspect that Corvus is
Yeah.
going with himself. It's fairly clear what's going on.
Right?
Yeah.
Can I, like, Abram starts looking around, over his shoulder, towards people. Like, obviously, the firemen are trying to take care of the fire. The police are probably, cornering off areas to make sure it's safe. Is there anybody that either is in uniform or looks like a thug, kind of misplaced, like just out in the broad space?
Roll investigate.
All right. So let's go with
And let's hurt.
Okay.
Oh no.
I honestly don't think I have anything for this. So,
Well,
I got a health point if that helps.
well, it'll balance out whatever Chuck's doing. So let's see what everybody's got here. How are they helping and hurting me?
Oh,
Yeah, you
Chuck's
have
just
to sort
trying
of
to
describe
distract.
it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Chuck's just going on one of his famously funny
Explosive
rants
rants. Okay.
of nonsense and distracting you.
Okay.
My help point, I think, would probably I have a tag, literally exceptional eyesight. So I'm probably
Maybe
trying
you
to
spot
things
something
with
as
you.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Okay.
Now, since Chuck is trying to distract him, can I now tag task oriented because I'm focused on the thing I'm doing at hand?
Nice. I like it. I like it. Yep.
So thanks,
Sure
Chuck.
can. Haha. Wasted.
Not wasted. Gave him a power.
Yeah.
to-
Oh, there you go. Mild
Hey,
success. Okay.
exactly enough.
Hey,
Okay.
all
This is a
right.
perfect. This is perfect. So, you notice. Well, there it is. A handful. Well, no, we'll say 2. And since you've been talking about this ambrosia thing, you catch a little glimpse of a glow, you think for a second, of, again, those, I don't know, it's a uniform, the sort of pinstriped kind of out of place, definitely not university types, a little bit too flashy of a suit, too shiny of shoes, definitely not professors, a couple of people. We'll say one man, one woman this time, standing there, observing the fire.
So I think Abram and Zeke catch them at the same time, and they exchange a glance with one another, maybe, and then I'll point to them. I think that might be the culprit there. I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely do stand out.
Yeah, I think we need suits. That'll make us stand out too. I mean, a whole
No.
uniform because we're a team.
Like a
Right
team
now,
uniform.
we don't want to
Yeah.
stand out.
Now, because you
course we
rolled a
do.
mild success, your investigation can expose you to some danger, maybe a little bit.
Mhm.
So they happen to notice you, notice them.
Notice them. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. All right.
Yeah.
It's me
How do
saying
they
that we need
react?
suits.
They don't, except for they notice you, notice them. They don't. They are professionals.
Okay.
So they do not react in any specific way, but they don't look like they're averse to a discussion. Sort of like,
So maybe we should talk
Ask-
to them. I
Ask
know
them
that
where they get
seems
their
weird.
suits.
I mean, that might be a great opener, Chuck.
Yeah, yes, yes, that would be a what is it called? A icebreaker, break
Yeah,
the ice
sure.
of whatever.
Pointing at the burning building. That's icebreaker.
That'd be more melting, but yeah, sure.
Depends how much ice you have.
Well, regardless, if you want to go ahead and break the ice there, Chuck, you can go for it.
Corvus,
Oh,
maybe you
talk
would
to them.
have some insight on talking to them as well. I'll be back up, just in case things get wild.
You'll be my wingman.
I'll be your windman.
I'm the wingman. Yeah.
now I will say this: when they notice you noticing them, you do catch that they are more focused. You would think that they're focused on Corvus, but you get the feeling that their attention is more focused on Zeke than Corvus.
Uh-oh.
Even though this is more about Corvus, but for some reason Zeke seems to be the center of their attention. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Unsettling.
I walk over.
What does Dew do, by the way? What does Dew up to
wait.
during this moment?
Do.
No,
Yeah.
Dew will go with Chuck, and she's
Okay.
she's ready to give them a piece of her mind.
Okay.
And Chuck's giving a piece of his mind, which is we're just going to find out whatever comes out.
Chuck, be careful. You've only got so many pieces left.
I'll pay that. That's a good call. Hi, I was just thinking, where do you get your suits from? They are awesome. Like they look so cool, and you can always tell, like, you look together. It's like almost a matched pair. Are you boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife? Like, or you just like, how does it work here?
Hey, kid, says the guy. Don't you have some place to be? What you? Why don't you just beat it?
No, I wasn't put on. I wasn't put on today's team, so like I've got free time today.
No.
I'm on-
No. I don't think you understand what we're saying here. You
Probably
and your
not.
friend-
Where do you get your suits from?
I love your suits. Oh my
they're
gosh. Here,
awesome.
can I take a picture? Let me take a picture of you with your suits. And
Oh
she's
yeah,
trying to take a picture of them.
And I did the big.
Yeah, you get it. You get in there, Chuck.
Yeah.
You get in there too.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you? What are you trying to get them to do? Like back off or go away? Like I'm trying to figure out what role is appropriate here.
I want to take a picture of them and then maybe like search for them on the internet or, do something like that. Try to like just to get a picture of these people. Yeah, for research purposes.
Okay, so let's see.
And I'm spending a help point.
Roll, I guess.
That's my other one
would
that
be
I've
for
got.
that. Investigate, right? If you're trying to get information about them.
Okay, so investigate. I'm gonna use social media and Twitter do your thing, and then also masking.
And don't forget the help point.
Yes, and the help point +1.
And of course, I'm going to do the whole pose and whatnot. And
Mhm.
Oh, there you go. What? A power of 4? Okay. There you go. All right, so you can ask me 4 questions. What is masking? I already forgot what that meant.
It's in the ADHD one, so she's putting on a mask and she's pretending like
More
she's really excited to be around them and more confident
okay.
than what she
All right.
is. And yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, so she wants to know like why, if she can kind of suss out from this why they might be interested in Zeke.
okay. All right. So yeah. They get like upset. They don't want you coming. They don't want you to sit there and take pictures of them, right? But they're not going to fight you or anything right there. There's a lot of people around, but they just say, "Look, we just want Zeke to know that it's time for him and the little club here to back off, because otherwise Enkito's not going to ever come back to work. Enkidu."
what do you bench?
The guy gets a little bit, okay, I'm going to use a clue for that one. I do
Sure.
it.
Oh, God,
250, That's 1. Okay. I had 250. Sort of like,
What,
Yeah,
kilograms?
that's cool. I allow it. That's cool. Yeah.
No way.
All right, stop. Hey.
All right, you got 2 more.
So I think what she would do is want to do like some kind of Twitter search or some kind of image search and try to see like where they're like, what place they might check in often, or if they're on Twitter, like where do they post the most often.
Okay. So you can see, I guess do an image search. You see you see at least one of them pops up in the now, burnt down bar. And also, well, we'll say you see, one of them currently frequents the bar, and you see a Yelp review saying, 1 star, don't come here, losers.
Okay. Maybe for the last clue, I would say, can I bank it?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna bank it till another time.
So, having delivered the message, they attempt to slowly slink away if you let them.
No, I think we need some more photos. Have you ever done some modeling? Like, can you do the shirt off? I mean, I know. I'm to the woman, like, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'd say perfectly okay. But like for the guy, I don't think he does. I don't think he benches that much. I'm just sorry.
Okay. One of them attempts to punch you.
The police are just there.
As you're walking away, boom!
Yeah, I don't think they care.
In the gut. So you can roll to face danger, or you will take a more heavier than expected because they seem hopped up on, well, let's face it, ambrosia. You're going to take a spleen punched 3.
I'll face danger.
I'll give you a help point. I'm like, hey Chuck, watch out. Where's the spleen at? Watch your left. Watch out on your left.
Like nobody responds. The cops are there. They see. They're like,
dive and dodge.
Kind of look away.
Just one's hitting, but there's 2 there. I'm just trying to see what I can do here. I'm going to use 0 pain receptors and
okay, that's good.
And ultimate fighter plus the help point.
Okay.
I don't think that goes through if I do it as a plus, but we'll see. Well, I've got 3. No, that's right. Yep. Okay. And what am I doing? I'm doing
face danger.
Face danger on the other side. There we go.
Well, there you go. Boom! The punch bounces off. Your powerful forces allow you to take no damage, but they don't care and they walk away.
See, I don't think you're punch pushing 100. Like that's nothing. Like that's absolute. Just go away. Go back to the gym.
And Do is behind you, like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bloody hockey players. Oh man.
Holy shit, Chuck. You just like took it like a champ. Damn.
Well,
Meanwhile,
that's what happened.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Every time you're on the field, like, you take that. You think people play clean sports around here?
Well, no, but you're wearing stuff like when you're in the game, right?
I look down. I'm not wearing stuff now.
All right, forget it.
Moving
that
on.
was impressive.
I assume we, like the 3 of us, did not overhear the conversation that happened because they walked over to the gangsters. Or did we overhear it?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, we'll say no. Yeah, we'll say no. I mean, they sort of walked off, and I mean, you saw like Chuck get punched, but they don't.
Yeah, I imagine that's the point where we moved like towards them.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Learn anything?
Yeah, they're after you, Zeke, for sure. And these are the kind of people that hang out at Rusty's bar.
What did I do?
You're our leader, apparently. Way to go,
when
coach.
Did I become leader?
Abrahm pats Zeke on the back. Nice job. Promotion.
I guess, but
I mean
I don't think I did anything.
Your takeaway here is that, it's not that they're not coming after you specifically. They're really just trying to get you all of your pain points to get you to not do what you're doing. Basically, I think that's the takeaway here. Burning down or starting a fire in Corvus's office, kidnapping and potentially, doing worse to Enkidu.
Oh, did they tell us about Enkidu yet?
They did not say that, which is what I was hoping they would do.
Oh, I thought I did.
No,
I
no,
thought
you
I-
did.
No,
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 okay,
you
yeah.
did.
Mm.
Oh, I
Chuck
see what you're
first.
doing.
And
Okay,
dude did
yeah.
not say that.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
they have that detective in Kido, but we don't know where.
Well, crap. That would definitely explain why she hasn't been returning my calls.
Does put it, maybe her phone
So-
was a bit dead.
Order
Oh,
of priority:
out of charge. Bad words.
rescuing Zeke's friend.
I
Um,
would
I mean,
say
I would
so.
prefer to. She was on our side. She was helping us figure out what the hell is going on here.
I was
This
thinking
is-
getting Gatorade bottle for the science room, but rescuing Zeke's friend, yeah, sure.
I think we should definitely do that, but also take in consideration that if they're coming for all of us, you might want to check in on your own loved ones, yes?
Yeah.
I
And-
look at Abram, Chuck, and do we have people we should check on before we go? Places.
Speaking of which, haven't seen
I-
Victoria lately.
Don't think they're going to take on the entire football team if he punches like a girl like that. Sorry, girls can punch. Just that guy could
Hey,
not. I'm not. As I said, girls can punch. That guy couldn't.
Yeah, you just glanced it off.
All right,
Damn.
so if the entire football team goes missing, we'll know they have gotten to Chuck.
We're the
Do
coach.
Abram.
But you're the coach. That's why we need Gatorade. So when we win this, we can pour Gatorade on you.
Please don't pour Gatorade on me.
It's gonna happen.
Also, to do it in Science Room M.
It's gonna happen.
Please don't.
Zeke,
Absolutely.
can you do your little trick to find out where they might have Enkidu?
I can definitely try. I just hope she's not hooked up to life support because that ended badly last time. But
Could you?
yeah,
Just a thought here, and I pull us away from the rest of the crowd of police, firefighters, and onlookers as my office burns down here. Do that first. Could you also fly and follow them in the air to see where they go?
yeah, I could definitely try. Can
Multi-stage
I have-
plan. See if you
Yeah.
can see Enkidu first, and if that doesn't work, follow them in the air.
You're really
Yeah.
earning this promotion. Very nice.
all right?
Dude,
Yeah, I'm kind of
can
into
you-
it now.
Can you do the whole hacker thing and track them?
That's a good question. If we give you Enkidu's phone number, can you trace it somehow?
yeah. I'm not great on software. But I could try to tap into the bracelet to see if there's any signs that can show up that might point us in the right
Anything's
direction.
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything here that would help us find her.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't
um,
see the Matrix?
She plugs a device right into her head, Chuck, and then she just interfaces with it that way.
So I can ask Slappy, the magical bracelet I have.
What?
It can. So I show me what's hidden and follow the signs, and she'll pop open her map on her phone, and just kind of, because usually she would look at a map on the wall or something, but she's just going to look at the map on the phone and try to see if she can see where in the city. She's going to ask, show me where detective, yeah, Detective
Yeah.
Enkidu is hidden. So
I still think
and-
following with the flying it would also be good.
Yeah.
We're gonna try all avenues.
Yeah.
Corvus,
so
maybe you should also, talk to someone about your office burning. Maybe clear your name.
Well,
Maybe get a
I have
bucket of water?
feeling that if I go there now, they'll just arrest me because they think I did it.
That is fair, but running would also make you look guilty, no?
I'm not going to run.
Plus, we
But
can
until
alter your
they-
alibi.
Running's good for fitness.
not good for when you. Also, to be fair, if they're setting me up, I don't think it's going to much matter what I do.
That is very true.
And
I
never,
apologize.
never skip leg day.
Yeah, and I'm invoking a weakness tag as well.
Okay.
So it's like, is that a tree or a T? So sometimes the signs are difficult to decipher.
Okay. So you get one clue.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, but also your investigation may expose you to danger. The clues you get are fuzzy, incomplete, or part true or part false. All right, so here's the clue that pops up. Is it through like a software? I kind of didn't understand. Is it?
Well, normally it's like she has a heads up display in her mind.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
She can see the Matrix.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's an overlay of what's there.
All right. All right. So what you see is you. It's a little bit fuzzy or confusing, but you don't know. You know that Enkidu either was recently or still even is in the precinct 23 police headquarters where she works.
Okay, everybody, I'm getting a strong signal at precinct 23. So either she might still be there or someone there might know more about where she is. So maybe we should just go there and talk to people.
She knew she was in danger, and that might have been the only safe place to hide, but it might be that as soon as she leaves, she's in danger.
Maybe the bathroom stall lock is like not working. That always happens. That's such a hard thing to get out of.
Yeah, we'll look into that too.
Also, a station full of corrupt police. They might just be holding her there.
Yeah.
Sounds like very large tasks. Mob, police. I mean, seems like we're taking on the whole city.
Could I try to use my vision to see where she is now? Because with Dews, did that say that she was recently there? Or that she was currently there?
I didn't get like a specificity on that. She could be currently there, or maybe she was there recently.
Well, might as well do that as well so you can get a better picture.
Yeah. That's what we got.
Let's see. Definitely my visions of future events. I'm going to use genuinely wants to help because this is his friend and, he wants to help out there.
What are you doing exactly? Sorry, I didn't get the narrative part of what.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to try to use my visions
Okay.
to
was it see beyond the mist? Is that what it is?
I guess it could be. It's one of my power tags, but yeah, I guess see beyond the mist would be.
Or it could be investigate. I mean, if you try to see beyond the mist, if you try to use the mist to see stuff, then I think you only get +2 for whatever your mythos powers are, as opposed to using your power tag. So you'll have to choose, but you have to describe what you're doing. That's the thing that makes the difference.
And you're likely to kill the person. Again,
is going to be done for if you fail. No.
Well, I was gonna see if I used my power tags, if I could use visions of future events. Genuinely wants to help in exceptional eyesight. Like if I'm looking directly at her, maybe I can get a clue of where she is by looking at something in the background. So that would be a +3 if I did it that way.
I'm going to say visions of future events is not going to apply, I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe you're Vegas one. I don't even know what that's going to be, but
yeah, then I guess I would just go with try to see through the mist.
Okay. All right.
And it'd be +2 either way because I got both. I'm a borderliner, so I got 2 mythos, 2 logos.
Okay.
So, let me see. Oh, it's not in the moves, is it? It's investigate.
Yeah, you just roll investigate.
So roll 2 and kill them.
Damn it!
What is it?
That's a
It's a
six.
miss.
All right, so here's what happens. Okay, hold on a second.
He's not good at looking at things that are happening right now.
All right. Okay. So you attempt to look beyond the mist, right? And again, you see all the symbols that kind of they don't quite make sense. You know, you're trying to look through what sort of illusion is presented by the mist and see beyond it, and you just don't see anything. Your usual ability to divine the future feels corrupted at this moment just because of, I don't know, the stress about your friend. You're unable to really bring to bear what your usual powers are. So I want you to burn the tag. I'm not going to kill anybody this time, but I want you to burn the tag that says divine future events.
We only get one murder per session.
That would be unfair.
Well, we haven't murdered
I
anybody
feel
yet.
like.
I know, that's what we could have used our
Yeah.
one murder right there and just killed
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
let's save it
imagine-
just in case we need it.
I imagine after Zeke just totally doesn't get anything from his vision, like he just gets like really visibly frustrated. Like usually when even when the guy died, like after he failed to do this,
Yeah, I
he was
didn't
just
give
like,
a shit about that.
yeah, he was just like, well, shit. Like, but now he genuinely wants to help this person, and you know, he's like, damn it, why does this never work until I see someone die? Like
Zeke, calm down. We go to plan B. Find somewhere that isn't in front of everyone. Get up in the sky and see if you can follow those thugs. They might lead you back. We'll try and follow them in the van. I don't have a better solution than that.
But do we
Oh.
think they're going back to detective? I mean, why would they do that?
Well, even if they just go somewhere secluded, we can at least corner them and question them.
Maybe they're going to Honey Lips.
I mean, if Detective Enkidu is really in the police station, maybe getting arrested isn't the worst idea at this point, wouldn't you say?
Maybe they're going to a fireproof bar.
anyway, I'm gonna
If we want
try
to
to
investigate the police station, I can turn myself in, as it were.
Just a thought. I don't want to pressure you or anything. I know it is scary.
It does give us more. It does give us more avenues to pursue. It's just a
I
question
mean,
of.
I got some parking tickets out there. Like, if we
well,
really
you
do
can
need
fly
to go,
and follow people,
yeah,
so you have an advantage I don't. So here's what I suggest: I will turn myself in to attempt to prove my name is for whatever that's going to do.
For the arson or for the murder and arson?
don't.
Just for the arson,
What?
Which one?
the one that is happening now.
Oh, yeah, that one. Sure, yeah.
That one. As far as I'm aware, they don't know I was involved in the other one, but that might come up later. Who knows?
Think someone should go down to the station with Corvus. Just in case. You can go as a character witness or something. Alibi, possibly.
Well, the best person for that would be you, since you have been with me all day.
Yeah.
I would say so, but I worry about
I understand entirely.
Like, would I have to lie?
Provided you can just account for me going to Science Room M today, I don't think
Then-
so.
It's not lying if you just leave things out.
It's a lie by omission, which is still a lie, but
Mhm.
not.
I mean,
you don't have to
saying
lie.
a lie.
he was with you when the fire started. It is very simple. It's
I'm
not
trying
lie
to
at all.
help you, man. Just
Yeah.
go.
If they
with it.
only ask about the fire that happened today, then you do
Mhm.
not have to lie.
And not about the other fire.
But the other fire, we just don't talk about.
We just do not talk about it.
What if someone asks me about it?
I'd recommend figuring something out. I don't know what to tell you here. If you feel compelled to
Yeah.
tell them that,
Yeah,
do that.
let's go. I'll
This
go
could
with you.
place your, this could help you in the situation we're having between the two of you.
Has anyone got a camera?
I have a
I do
phone.
not. As I put my
Oh.
phone away.
Why do you need a camera?
We could
Is
do
there
like one of the
any-
whole First Amendment audits on the police station, and we could just walk in with cameras.
Let's go. And
Okay.
Corvus begins like walking off to where his office is, where all these officers are.
Is there any chance that I would now be able to catch up with the people who were threatening earlier? If I tried to?
The people that were threatening you talk about the two gangsters that
Flying.
were there?
Yeah.
Give it a shot. You could always roll, come up with a move, and this game is you write it as much as I do.
Your game is
Alright.
pretty much just like, do you, boo boo? Do you?
Yeah. I mean, you could change the game. I mean, if you're trying to follow them secretly, you could try to sneak around. You could investigate.
Yeah, I think it would probably be sneak. Especially because usually when I become Mothman, it's night, and I imagine this is pretty difficult.
Now,
And-
hold on a second. Let me reverse what I'm saying for a second. So like the two gangsters, if you had acted more quickly when they punched Chuck and walked off, it might have just been a simple sneak around to follow them. Time has passed, so you're gonna have to connect where you know how you find them first. You could do a flashback and tag them with something, but you can't just roll sneak around at this point. It's gonna have to be a combination.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can I argue that we sorted D's one out Do's actions first with the tracking, pausing the flight, because that was also going to happen. We did jump ahead and do, because the idea was to do both. Just saying.
I don't understand that. I'm gonna just keep saying what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying.
Try and
So it's like
position.
a change to game or investigate to find them, and then sneak around and investigate
Yeah.
to follow them.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
about right.
I think I'll try investigate.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, can I use my banked clue to try to find them?
How would that? Okay, so in order to do that, you're gonna have to explain how the method by which you got the clue would be useful in discovering where
Mhm.
they might have gone just now. That's the problem with banking clues, is the ability to play them later is somewhat difficult, unless you can think of something.
I have a thought. I don't know if you'll allow me to present it to you. But
Yeah,
you were taking
yeah.
pictures of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keys hanging out of pocket. You can recognize what vehicle they're driving. Like you look at your photos, you see, oh, this person is driving, some expensive car, because I recognize like the keys on his lapel had something. I don't know.
Or food stains,
Mm.
mud on the cuffs. It's like, oh, they go past this.
Well, they sounded like they were like dressed like impeccably well.
That was the narrative, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a label on their suit. That would be useful so we can get our own suits,
Mhm.
and our own uniforms.
Yeah. I mean, so we're trying to find out where they went, right? And we know that they used to frequent Rusty's bar, but that's not there anymore. I'm not
There are
sure. Like,
renovations.
I'm not really sure about what the method. It'd have to be something that has to do with like the internet or Twitter or a picture. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. If I'm just rolling flat, like with no help, I think I would use definitely my wings, my exceptional eyesight, and then I think because I'm doing this because I want to help a friend, it would be also genuinely wants to help.
Okay.
And
Ooh,
also,
that's- right.
I think my weakness tag would also be applicable because it is day, and my weakness tag is intense light in eyes weakens.
Okay.
Let's see. Wait, why do I have a +2? I shouldn't have a +2.
Okay, mild success. Spend your clues. 1 to 1. But your investigation could expose you to danger. The clues you get fuzzy, incomplete, or part true, part false.
I want to figure out where they're going.
Okay, so when you fly up, you notice that they. Okay, so it's not exactly. Okay, so they're not going. They're not going to Miller Square. They're not going to the police station. And that's what you get from me.
Okay.
But you can ask me one more thing.
Hmm. I'm trying to think of what else I should ask. Were they going in the direction of the Falzoni mansion, if we know where that is?
Yes, you think so that they were, but let's see. I gotta do something. Since I gave you a solid lead there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to expose you to danger somehow. While you are doing your investigation, you get a let's see, you get a text message, and it says Enkidu is running out of time. That's it.
Well, shit.
Who's it from?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, do I know who it's from? I don't think I would, but
You would assume it's a burner.
Call
Yeah.
him back.
It comes from the police station. It's like from the switchboard of the police station.
New phone, who dis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna come back to my friends and be like, I think they're heading to the Falzoni place, but I think someone knew I was watching them because I got this text, and I'll show it to everyone, like on my phone.
Is it saying like block number, or is there a phone number associated with it? Like, what's it
Yeah,
saying?
maybe Duke could look that up.
I mean, I would imagine, right? You took off and flew. Wouldn't Corvus and Do be making moves towards the police station before Zeke would land? Just being
No.
devil's advocate there.
It's fair.
I mean, but if I can fly, I mean, and I knew where they were going, I might meet up with them. I don't know.
Well, right. I wasn't going to the police station though. I was going to the police who were outside my office, watching it burn to the ground, being
Okay.
like, "I'm Professor Corvus Castle."
Okay.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So why don't we play that out right now?
Sure.
Okay. So you walked up to the police. You know, there is just a handful of cops at this point standing around, and you speak to them.
I'm Corvus Castle. What's going on here?
All right. Roll. Well, I guess, are you just trying to turn yourself in, or are you trying to get information from them? Because you pretty much know what's going on here.
It's more
Please
of
try
like,
to talk.
yeah, I'm starting the conversation, because if I go up there being like,
Oh,
I'm
I see,
Corvus
I see.
Castle, yeah,
Okay.
this is just a start of the conversation.
Okay.
Depending on how they act is how I'm going to react.
Well, okay. Well, Professor, looks like somebody decided, or we don't really know what's happened. Looks like there's a fire. You know what I mean? Sometimes things happen.
Okay. Is it completely burned? Like, I look like behind them. Is the fire still going? Is it put out by now?
It's out by now. Like you it didn't like there was smoke billowing out of your office, but the building still looks intact. It's out. You can see firefighters like coming out now with their hoses and stuff. Like you imagine that like your office has been burned pretty significantly. In fact, the police will tell you, well, we're wrapping things up here, Professor. There's going to be an investigation. I'm sure you imagine this fires like this don't start on their own. Usually, you might want to talk to the fire, these guys over here to I don't know.
I just think to myself, man, police, helpful in all situations.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. I mean, they
Always.
clearly do not. They clearly don't care.
Oh,
They
sure.
just don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, I go up to the firefighters and I start the conversation like, so I'm Corvus Castle. That was my office. Police said there's going to be an investigation. What do you need from me at this point?
He didn't do it. I'm here. I was with him. He didn't do it. I was with
Solid.
him the whole time.
Well, okay. So there is a group of them coming out. A couple of them don't respond to you, but there is one person. He looks older than the rest of them. Clearly, the guy in charge stops and says, "Oh, Professor, well, I'm not sure how to tell you this, but when we see something like this, a fire that develops like that, we have to file a report, and it does look like we usually say in the business that there was an accelerant. And I hate to say this, that's usually, and I'm not accusing anybody here, right? I'm just a firefighter, but it usually indicates arson. And that's all I can tell you right now. So there'll be a report and probably an investigation. You know how diligent our police force is here. So they will probably have follow-up questions for you, sir. By the way, I took your class many years ago. It was great.
Isn't he an older guy?
I've
like,
only been
audited
teaching.
it.
for a
Well,
year.
I'm like doing the math in my head. It's like, how many adult students did I have?
Hey, it's never
Online
too old.
course.
Oh, right.
You're
You
never too old for continuing education. I wanted to go into child development, but my temper flares up, and so it didn't work out for me. But I do
Just end
appreciate
up
the stuff that you
beating
taught
him.
me.
well, you're doing good work out there now, so I can't say I'm not proud of you for what you're doing.
All right. Well, if there's anything else, Professor, I guess we're gonna head off now.
Yeah.
So, just while the police are there, I'm like, yeah, we were talking to Detective Enkidu, but we haven't been able to get a hold of her. Do you know where she is? And so I want to see if they are lying. Which is tell me the tea, tell me the truth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I just kind of want to see their reaction.
Ooh. Okay. So their reaction.
Well, I'm asking that do you know where she is? Do you know where
yeah.
Detective Enkidu is?
And they're like, what? Okay, so they're gonna say this. They're gonna say, well, she is she's gone on vacation. We're not really, that's like precinct 23 business. We're not really involved in that. We're more the university. They're full of it, right? They're just making stuff up, right? And she's not on vacation, right? So like it's clear to you from your interactions with them that she's probably actually at precinct 23 at this moment.
Okay. Oh, vacation.
We
Yeah, I
fooled
remember
her.
she mentioned that. I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for reminding
she goes
me.
on vacation a lot. We don't know when she's coming back.
Mm,
We're good, right?
yeah, yeah.
Motion for this.
See, I look at Dew, like give her a nod, like, are we good here? Can we go back to everyone else? We go back. Well, they apparently don't care enough to question me right now, because I assume they already know what answers they want.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
This is all an intimidation move. You know, they really just, I think you understand what the message is here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. That Corvus is nonplussed about it.
Yeah, right, okay.
Right. So you spoke to those officers. Do they give you anything we can use?
Oh yeah, they were lying through their teeth. They I was trying to get them to spill the tea and they wouldn't, but I knew that they were lying. So there's definitely something going down in precinct 23. I know it. Let's go.
Well, Zeke has the keys to the van, so we got to wait on Zeke to get back.
About that
Where,
time.
where is Zeke?
All right, this actually may be a good time for us to take a break. You can plan how you're going to move in and engage precinct 23.
So I was joking around wanting tanks before. So if we're going to take on police, I think we might need tanks.
They're American
Yeah.
police, probably.
Yeah.
So just a thought. But anyway, thanks everyone for coming in. We are not going away. We are coming back. About a 10-minute break. Please stick around. We'll have more of the amazing audio from City of Mist, from Son of Oak Studios. And we'll have that play in the background. We're going to be about 10 minutes. Just to take a little bit of break ourselves and reset ourselves and come back for more of City of Mist, where we're either going to take down the mob or take down a police station. Either way, we're probably not going to do like the most coherent planning, I'm sure, or any planning at all. So it's going to be entertaining at least. So please stick around. We'll be back shortly. See you soon. And we're back. Thank you for sticking around. So part 2 of parts. What are we up to? 4, 3?
4.
4.
Or
All right.
Scary. So
Time
part
flies.
2 of part 4 of the prelude of... Yes. It's a whole thing. But welcome back. We're still here. We are alive, and apparently we're going to take out a police station or infiltrate. Any ideas?
oh yeah.
Because there wasn't any discussion that I heard about plans. And
No,
like
No,
planning.
we're gonna go see what's
we
up.
haven't
you know,
planned
we're just
much.
we're just gonna
Which,
go see what's going on.
Thankfully, we have a game which allows us to do like flashbacks.
Yep. So you don't need to plan ahead.
There you go.
That's right. I had my like police detective badge, which I have on me. That's right.
I bought the My First Policeman's kit at
Right.
Walmart and had a fake badge on it that I'm now wearing. They don't know.
I committed a crime, so I'm already in the jail.
Wait, trying to think. Wouldn't that be
That is
police
all-
impersonation?
That's all not legitimate. You know what I mean? Like you could do that if you really wanted to. If you could come up with a creative way to do it. That's why the system is terrific. Like the I committed a crime thing, so now I'm in jail.
I
I
still
committed a
think
crime. I am in the holding cell next to Detective and Kid Meal
Yeah,
already.
right.
Look at that! Wow, convenient.
First Amendment auditors go in there with phones, just annoy them, and we're good. I think that's.
I mean, if we
I
have a
could
press
go in
badge,
as IT. I could try to sneak in as like the IT repair person.
I mean,
So
I don't
that-
hate the idea of the First Amendment thing. If we like go in there and cause a big ruckus, and then like one of us or a couple of us are able to sneak around to find where Detective is, while the others are kind of making this huge, big stink out in front.
Yeah,
That might
I'm
not be
gonna
a
be
bad idea.
honest. I would prefer to, if we can, sneak around. I've got a very distinct appearance, and let's just say this wouldn't be the first time that I've met the police face to face, aside from Enkidu. So yeah, I'm all for trying to sneak around.
does anyone here have experience doing that didn't involve an alarm at a closed Stop and Shop.
Oh, whoa. I feel like we're pointing fingers here.
I'm speaking in general because last time we tried to sneak anywhere, it did not end up well. Is my point.
This is fair. I will give you this. I will be in front. I'll be distraction. No problem.
Should have just allowed me to tackle the door. Would have been a much easier way in.
Yeah, but this time the police are already there, so there's like nowhere for them to go.
You saying that I should tackle the police? That might be a crime or two.
It is definitely a crime.
I'd say definitely more than 2 crimes.
My point is, who here is actually capable of sneaking?
I
Ooh.
probably could.
Like ninja?
Yes, a ninja would be an apt example.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the theme book, my relic theme book had a third attention, and I already had a power tag queued up, ready
Okay.
for it, and it's lay of the land. So it's like, have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? By any chance?
Oh yes.
Okay, most people. So you know how when Toph like pounds the ground and they can like see
The
where everything
echolocation
is.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like that. Like, so she can like try to get the lay of the land and see, try to get like a blueprint or some kind of echolocation where she can like maybe she might be able to see where people are, maybe where bodies are. She might not be able to see who the people are, but see where bodies are, see where like different rooms are, maybe hidden spaces, things like that.
So the
Right,
tag is lay of the land.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we get the lay of the land and find out where she's being held, I can always tackle the wall again.
Yeah. Yeah, I could even see if there's a weak wall somewhere that you could just like pound through. Yeah.
No, what? No, don't need to be weak. I'm not like that guy in the suit that tried to punch me. I mean, if you find where it needs to be, I'll just take the wall.
Well, they have cameras all over
Okay.
the station. The first part is getting in there unnoticed, I think.
But
Once
they
you're
might be
inside-
looking. They might be looking for Chuck, but they won't be looking for Charles.
I don't even
I'm
know
still
if they're
slicking my
looking
hair
for
back.
Chuck.
Because this is a heist. We're planning like a heist film type of thing, right? This is Ocean's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Something.
Ocean's 5.
If I mean, Zeke can fly, right? Would
Yeah.
the roof access at all help you disable cameras or hack into the police station itself if you were able to maybe find a weak point in the ceiling?
Yeah, if this is a heist movie. They like tap into the cameras if they're all closed circuit. Can you do that?
Mm,
Get inside.
I've not
view?
seen movies,
Do
so I
or
don't know.
Zeke?
You do.
Well, Zeke will take you
Zeke
to
will
the
get you
roof.
to the roof.
Yeah, I can do that.
Then from
Multifaceted
there,
plan.
you can get either the lay of the land thing that you can do now, or
Mhm.
hack into the cameras, whichever one you feel more comfortable doing.
She doesn't hack. Like, she could probably like find out where they all plug in and maybe deactivate it there, but she isn't a hacker. She builds the
thinker,
computers.
right?
She doesn't design the software.
I still have the grappling hook that we used before, although I think it may have fallen apart by now.
Yeah,
I haven't-
It's fallen apart. Yeah,
I haven't been.
I don't know if that's
gentle with
how
it.
continuous that tag was.
I don't think you spent many points to make it continuous.
Yeah.
So probably not. Then yeah, I think
Hence, it's fallen apart by now.
Yeah, I
Pulls
think
it
I
out and
I
just,
don't even
like,
have it
looks
written
into
down. I
it.
must have burned it myself. So it fell
Yeah.
apart. It
Mhm.
just spontaneously combusted.
like so many other things in this
My-
game
Yeah,
has
yeah, right.
caught on fire.
Yeah, sorry. Fire.
So
Then
you
yes,
couldn't fix the camera? You couldn't do that if you're on the roof?
I mean, usually cameras are like, we can see if they have something on the roof for cameras, but usually cameras are inside, and I would have to go if there's roof access to the building. Sure.
And the coach wanted me to try out for the baseball team, so I can try throwing things at the cameras.
It might not be a bad idea.
As long as you can throw them from far enough away that the cameras don't see you doing it, that would work. At least for the ones outside. The ones inside would have to be dealt with once we're in. So it sounds like
They said I got a
Abram-
killer
Are you at
arm. It's
disc
just
golf?
I've got zero
Can you
accuracy.
throw a frisbee?
No, I don't think we have any more of those. What do you call them? Vinyls that you used before? I don't think no.
Well, do you play disc golf? You know, where you throw like the frisbee around and.
Oh, disc golf. Isn't that what the nerds play?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you.
No, I haven't played that. No.
Oh, okay.
If
okay.
even baseball, it's no contact. The only reason why they got my interest is because, well, they said that I can run right through the person that stands on the base, and that sounds like fun. If they get in my way, I can tackle them.
kind of.
Wait, can't you mean that's not how it works?
You're not supposed to tackle them, but if they are in their way, you can like push them out of the way.
Yeah.
You don't go down with them like a tackle.
No. I just go right through them.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they do.
Just like the goons in the bar.
Right, like that. Moving on. So if we get Dew on the roof, Dew can either once again just use her lay of the land or whatever it is to at least give us an idea of the building itself. Can it locate people?
I can see where people are because it's like echolocation, but I don't know who. I would have to have like probably an amazing roll to say like exactly who is there, but
Right.
I can see where people are congregated.
I'm sure we could deduce where the most ideal place for her to be.
Most likely in the holding cell somewhere would be my assumption. All right, so
Or somewhere away from
Zeke
the
and Dew
traditional
get
holding cells.
rooftop access. Once up there, Dew can do her thing and figure out where everyone in the station is located. Roughly, or even just giving us a layout is fine. It sounds like we are keeping Chuck here on standby to potentially break down a wall if we need to get her out.
I mean, if you can break down the wall.
Or if they like come back, like if they pull back more forces with their cars, I can just like keep them out of the car park by tackling the police cars.
Fine, that works too.
And if we need, go ahead.
I was just thinking, I could like, if there was no cameras on the car park, I could just like move the cars. Like, have you ever done that thing where like you park the cars too close to each other? Like, you ever had a professor which you didn't like, and you just like turned the car around or like parked other cars in and like so they couldn't get out? I could do that in their car park if they didn't have cameras.
They probably have cameras there to prevent people from doing things like that to police vehicles.
Have you seen like I think they call them Morris Minors, like the little baby cars from like the UK? They're awesome for doing that. They're so light.
I
Right.
might be able to handle the cameras and other things if need be.
So
How
sorry about that.
Wind is not the only type of storms that I can conjure. It might take some time, but a lightning storm could knock out their entire circuit if need be.
Well, I have a perfect excuse to go into the station. My office just burned down. So I'll be on the inside at the very least, and I can at least keep an eye out on certain floors and see what's going on.
So, Dew should get blueprint. Text all of us information.
Okay.
You go in the police station. I'll knock out the power, and then Chuck and Zeke can back you up in there. Maybe you can get the detective out once we find out where she is.
Yeah,
All
Sound
right.
good?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zeke, hold the van around.
I should have saw that coming.
Shotgun.
If you,
You should have seen that one coming.
if you
I
don't
was thinking
mind,
about the plan.
See,
dropping me off somewhere.
that's the key. If you don't think, you act faster and you succeed. That's
Yeah, we
what the
should
coach
park the
says.
van a block or two away from the station so the cameras don't immediately catch it. I'll get
And,
out. Me, Abrahm, and Chuck will get out there and walk to the station from there. Zeke and Do will get to the roof. And we'll hopefully be able to find out where Detective is and go from there.
So you get in the van, you drive to not too close to the Miller Square police station. So the Miller Square police station, also known as Precinct 23, it's a 3-story red brick building with a basement set in the very heart of the neighborhood. Squad cars pulling in and out and beat officers going in and out of the double glass door at the front make this place look like a beehive of stand-up police work. You know that this is pretty much just for show.
So when we pull up, sorry, go ahead.
No, please. If we're pulling up, I'm skipping past that point. So if we're pulling up,
Okay.
you're going.
What are the other, like, the topography of the region, right? This is in the middle of a city. What other buildings? Are there any places that are, like, a couple stories high that Abram could kind of get on the, like, he wants to be higher up, closer to the skies. Is there anything like that around?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you could, with a change the game roll, you could give
Yep,
yourself an advantageous position on a nearby rooftop.
So yeah, I think as they're pulling up, I'll do task oriented, and can I tag supporting role here since my job is kind of like
I think you
finding this? Okay, cool. So I'll tag those two things, and I think as we're pulling near the police station, he's looking out for buildings or potential places that he could use.
All right. Juice equals power of 2.
Okay. So I think I'll create the story tag of we'll just call it high atop the mountain, proverbial mountain, I guess, but and I'll bank the other juice for now.
Okay, now you can't make it ongoing, so there's going to be, you don't know, you might be spotted relatively quick. Well, you'll be spotted if you stay there too long. You feel
Okay.
it. That's the problem when you only roll 7 through 9 with changes.
Yeah, I didn't get to. That's what I wanted to, was the make it ongoing, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, and you bank 1 based on your advantageous position there.
Correct. So I think he spots that building and he's just like, stop here. I can find a better vantage point from up there to conjure what I need to. And he'll get out of the car if it stops and starts heading that way.
Okay.
Is he being a sniper?
Dude, don't say that sort of things when you're going to a police station.
Well, I'm not talking about Corvus.
Still don't
Just rip it into those wounds, huh? Just continuously, just shot after shot.
Little screen pops up in the corner. Corvus will remember this.
Yeah. He's just like,
Corvus dislikes that.
I'm gonna get some hurt from this, I'm sure.
We'll see you at the end of the session. All right. So I guess in this case, yeah, Corvus is going to go into the front of the police station. Like, he is there essentially to make a distraction inside the station. So he's trying to kick up a big stink about how his office just burned down. He wants to know, like, he was told, quote unquote, that a detective in Kidnu was in charge of the case, wants to speak to her immediately. Like, he is just creating as big a distraction as possible for these people.
Okay. Okay, so you go in there and you start raising hell.
Yep.
Now
Should've
I
done first time
caution
roll.
you.
Mhm.
I caution you when you go in there, you see a large number of just police officers around. So many police officers will say, so if you have to deal with them, it's going to be a collective with a size factor of 3, just in case something happens. I'm just letting you know.
Sure. Once again, I'm not plan. This is all essentially a show. Like, I don't plan on
Yeah.
fighting these people or anything.
Okay.
This is more just keeping them distracted.
All right.
So I
Change
guess
the
that would
game
be,
sort of thing.
yeah, change the game here.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the fear of death in them. I am raising hell. I am making them like, oh, this person might actually like be someone who can do something about us not doing our jobs.
Okay.
I'm going to put stay focused on the situation. I am not worried about what everyone else is doing. I assume their part of the plan is going fine. I'm going to do my part. I'm staying focused on my goal.
Okay.
I want to do. I have sharp features. I'm a little bit handsome, and people tend to do poor things for someone who's a little bit handsome.
Okay. Okay.
And finally, one of the two, I'll kind of pitch the case for both, and you can decide. I have teacher. I'm raising a big stink because since my office burned down, I now have to do essentially a whole year's worth of paperwork over again. So I'm like,
All
not
right,
only
we'll give
is
you
this,
that too. I'll give you that too. 'Cause
I
you're
will not
working
do.
it in
I
the
will not do
story.
how to read a person then, because
Okay.
these are cops. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's pretty much all the tags I can do
All
here.
right. How many is that? Like 7?
4.
4? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I got nothing else that's gonna help.
Okay.
Well, technically, no, since we did it a different way. I was going to say, technically, the montage scene we had at the beginning of the session, technically what I did gave me 3 clues, but I think you giving me the answers you gave me nullifies that entirely, so I'm fine not having them.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just going to do what we said,
Yeah.
change the game.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what you're trying to do.
13.
Oh, here you go. Okay. So you have 4 Jews. Okay. Here we
So
go.
I'm going to...
Go for it, Karen.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it's a story tag or a status to the cops of, like, distracted by me.
Yeah, no, I would say because okay, so now keep in mind that I did say there were a size
Yeah.
3 group of cops, and you want to distract all of them. So you could give them a status, you could scale up the effect, and then
Well,
you
that's
could,
what I was going to do. Is I was going to like give a status of 2, scale up the effect so I can hit all the cops, and then prolong the effect of I am going to be in the station a while, raising this hell until I can speak to a detective at Kidnu, who I
Okay.
know I'm not actually going to be able to talk to, but this is just a
Okay.
distraction for all the cops in
Yeah.
the station.
All right, so you have distracted, or you're going to say distracted 2 for the
Distracted
entire
2.
many cops.
Yes, for all the
Okay.
cops here, and it's a prolonged effect. Like, I'm not technically doing anything illegal. I am
Right.
raising hell because I was told Detective in Kidnu's in charge of this case. That's a lie. Who cares? That part doesn't matter.
Okay.
But this is just a big old distraction.
All right. Okay. They're like, oh, this person. Okay, so the whole many members of cops are just they are distracted too. They're trying to focus on the ones that are trying to deal with you, are trying to deal with you. The ones that don't want to deal with you are trying to tune everything out. Okay. Who else is doing something at this moment?
I think we're going to the roof. Right,
Okay.
Zeke?
Yeah. I imagine while Corvus is making a big
Well,
scene.
hold on a second. Before we go to the roof, what's Charles doing at this moment?
Waiting in the car, bored,
Okay.
listening to the game, which he's not at, which he really should have been at because they're losing right now, and he could have actually been helping them win the game, but no, because I'm on the bench. I'm not even on the bench today.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is that a crack?
so- yeah, wait. Well, you can choose that, right? That might be. There might be a yeah. There is a move that you can invoke yourself about, make a hard choice. So instead of doing doing something, with your football team, you have chosen to help your friends here. You could, if you want to, at this moment, you could check crack on one of your. This is your choice, right? You do your own character development on your logos related to whatever it is, football.
Yep.
If you want to.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. It might be under pressure later on, so we'll cut now to the roof.
All right. Yeah, I want to. I think we're gonna go like a fair distance away. Like, I definitely don't want to just be like in back of the police station or anything, because I don't want cameras to see me. So
I think before you do anything else, it's going to require you to sneak around to like at least get yourself in position on the roof, because it's a police station,
Yeah, that's fair.
Popping up on the roof can't be just a automatic.
Let's see. Definitely. I think if I'm looking for like a place where cameras can't really see us, I'm definitely using my exceptional eyesight.
Okay.
I'm doing this because I want to help, and I think this might be like either one of these tags, either security guard or basic security gear. I imagine I would be able to know, like, oh yeah, there would definitely be a camera this way, because I look at security cameras a lot, and
Okay.
So either one of those, I don't feel right about choosing both of them.
And so, am I going on your back, or are you holding me?
Yeah, I imagine he could just like wrap an arm around you and just be like, let's see. But this is sneak around.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you the 2 for distracted. All right, so that's a full success.
All right.
So you are not perceived at all, and you land on the roof quietly and subtly.
All right, dude. There you go.
Okay, so thanks, Zeke. That was like much quicker than I thought it would be.
Yeah. It's a lot faster than the van.
Yeah, why haven't we done this before? Because we'll have to go to a concert later, and you can fly me there or something.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she's going to look at the lay of the land, and then also the main one, which is show me what's hidden.
Okay, so what are you doing now? You're trying to tap into some kind of a camera system, or?
No, it's like through the. You have to think of it as like a heads-up display. So is what her relic is, but it's channeled through the bracelet. So she's using echolocation, or she's using sonar to see what the lay of the building is, and if there's any people and what the buildings and what the rooms look like.
All right, so it's investigate then, it sounds like, right? Okay.
Do is the investigator of the group. Okay.
Okay, spend your
Mild
clues.
success.
But your investigation could expose you to danger. The clues could be fuzzy, incomplete, part true or part false. Go ahead.
Okay,
Is that also affected by the status of the police officers?
Nope, I'm not going to give you a distracted on that one.
Fair enough.
Okay.
This
All
has
right.
nothing to do with whether they're distracted or not.
Right. So she would want to look for if there's anyone in like a more fortified area, and if it's a single person that might be there. But she's just looking for like a fortified area where someone would be kept.
All right. So I guess that's a broad enough question where I don't think this is going to specifically expose you to danger. But there is a fortified area. You didn't know, you thought maybe maybe the a holding cell or something like that might be a place where you would consider to be fortified, but your attention is generally drawn to a basement area that you notice now exists. So this is it's a 3-story building, but the most secure area, you don't know anything. You don't know if Enkito's there, of course, but there is a basement that seems heavily fortified.
And in this basement, how many people are in it?
Okay, so down in the basement, there are. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, is that there is you see a a couple of people, but that's all. You don't know you don't know who they are. You see we'll say a handful of people, but it's too fuzzy to tell exactly who is there or whether they're police or anything like that.
Okay. So I put that in the group chat. Hey, basement looks like it's fortified, and there are people in that, but I don't know. Don't know IDK, Inkiru, question mark, or ...
Meanwhile, inside the police station, Corvus is still kicking up a fuss. The police are listening, still tuning you out. They're still distracted. You feel like you are effectively keeping them busy to the extent that you can. However, the police still, go in and out of the station, and wherever Abrahm is, up on top, they're kind of looking over, trying to get an advantageous position. One of them spots you, and you think it's probably time to move on.
Oh.
You could stay there.
I don't think he.
But...
Yeah, I don't think he moves on.
Okay.
If he notices that, like, he's getting spotted, he needs to make this play now. And I think he stands there for a moment. And normally we see a lot of his dances are twirls and pirouettes, but this one is a little bit more violent. Like, we see a lunge, and with that lunge he like slams his hand down onto the ground, and he's going into these very like quick, sharp movements as he attempts to conjure a large thunderhead to swell above the police station, and lightning to strike out the cameras, to strike out the whatever power source that they're using. He's just going to overcharge it with the thunderstorm.
What? Okay.
If this is a stop holding back, that's fine. Just let me know. Or if you think it could fit under
accomplish, if you just want to do a change the game, you could do that. If you want to do stop holding back, if you want to blow out the entire police station, that's a stop holding back. I would make it.
Yeah, let's stop holding back.
Okay.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, so let me uncork these tags I was going to use. And that's just with against the Logos, which is a power of 3. And let's roll it, baby.
Okay.
It's a 9.
Mild. Yeah,
it's a 9. It took a while to pop up. Okay, so
yeah.
All right, so you can mark fade, crack, and burn all the power tags on one theme.
So
oh, that's so crazy. Okay.
It's obviously going to be the storm one, right? Because that's what I'm using.
Yeah.
So I think he just he does the slamming motion time after time, and we see the thunderhead become more and more expansive till it takes over the entirety of a few buildings that surround the police station itself, and one more kind of lunge and slam, and the first bolt hits the center of the tower next to the station, and there's sparks that fly off of it, and then the swell just unleashes, and bolts are crackling. Thunder is ripping to and fro, and then the station itself just goes completely black.
If sparks exploded, oh, that's so cool. And now everything's plunged into darkness inside there. Pandemonium erupts.
All right.
Nice job. Okay, so yeah, you're inside. What happens? What do you do?
So
Elson?
Corvus, like I assume, Corvus probably understands what happened here. So Corvus is going to take the opportunity to actually. Normally he'd sneak around, but I think in this case it's convinced. Like he got the text that, hey, basement probably has people. I'm like, all right, in an emergency situation like this, we need to get to the lowest point possible, get as low as possible. We need to get to the basement now. So I want to convince the station to be like, in an emergency situation like this, best place is as low as possible. So to let, like, because I assume I'm not the only civilian in here. There are other civilians because it's a police station. So getting us into the basement for safety is a priority the cops should take. So I'd like to roll convince to do that.
Okay, and I'm going to increase their. Well, I'm going to say the cops are, to the extent this helps you. I'm going to say they're now distracted 4. So they're.
All right,
they're
so I should have a +4 on this then, because they're distracted 4.
Well, okay. Tell me exactly what you're trying to do again, because you're trying to get their attention.
No, I'm convincing them that since this storm seems to be massive enough to shut down the power of a police station, that in an emergency situation like this, the best place to be is in the basement. So I'm trying to convince them to let me and the other civilians into the basement for safety.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can add 4 to that. Roll convince.
Okay. In this is a sudden switch of personality. Like he is switching it from put the fear of death into a calming presence. Like this is an emergency situation. Someone screaming and scaring everyone to death doesn't help. You need to be calm here. So calming presence, able to focus on the task at hand. Like I am not panicking that this storm is happening now.
Yeah,
because I was like, I did not realize he could make a storm this big.
I mean, everybody. Yeah. I mean, you're going to be, I don't think that they ever expect a police station like this. It's the center of the power structure in this area. So
I feel like
Okay, so choose a relevant status with T equals power. Oh my gosh. Okay, well you're basically, power of 6 will basically eliminate anybody who wants to get in your way of doing anything at this point.
You killed him.
Yeah, I mean,
I killed them with words.
Yeah.
A new feat for me. I'm just.
High, but okay. Yeah.
Their options are either they're going to take, I guess, panicked 6, like the police are now going to panic and not do their jobs properly.
Right.
Or they're going to let us into the basement and I can figure out what's going on down there and see the kid news down there.
Yeah, I think the easiest way to do this is to say they just get out of the way. They're not going to be a factor. So you're able to work your way through. They're like, okay, fine, just go.
And I am helping the civilians down. Like I'm not just rushing down there myself. I am pretending to help civilians down there.
Yeah.
Once they're all down, I go down after.
Okay. All right. And so, okay, we'll cut that scene and you're going down. How do you know that you're going to the basement? Because of the
text.
The messaging. Okay. So you know where you're going. So back to the hold on.
Back to the car.
Van. Yeah.
Chuck just realized, hold on, I never get to listen to my music when we're my radio station in the van. Listening to sports now. Boop, take the knob off. Now they can't move it off sports. I'm good. Now, how are we going to get to the basement? Well, the turtles used to use the sewers, so I guess that's what we do. And he starts looking for a sewer grate to find a way down into the basement.
Okay. Why don't you roll change the game?
I have 0 tags for this most likely.
All right. That's okay.
I just quick check. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything that's going to help at all. Yep, nothing. Let's change the game with 0.
All right.
Oops.
You got this.
Hey, you did it.
-1
A
of
great
that. For
success.
some
So
reason,
it's
had a
actually a
tag in there.
9 because he shouldn't have the Google search clues. So it's a
Oh,
9.
okay.
Oh,
which is
Is that
okay.
why
good.
that is?
Cheating.
Can I use a Google search clue for it and bring that
I
back?
Google nearest sewer entrance.
Nah, all right, sure,
Okay.
whatever. I mean,
There you go.
That
okay.
shouldn't have been on.
All right, so you create a story tag. We'll say that's ongoing. That is sewer entrance, or is that what, like? I don't know. Is that what you want?
Sewer map or sewer entrance. Yeah, I don't care.
All right, or yeah, sewer.
Sewer
Turns out
map.
Google has the entire map of the sewers
Okay.
available for download in this city.
All right, there you go. Sewer map. You have it.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to work the sewer map and try to find where I can get close and see if I can try to find this basement via the sewer map.
All right. Okay. Okay. So here's
with the knob.
Okay. Because I want to give you a chance to arrive on the scene around the same time as Corvus, why don't you roll a well, I don't know let's see what will you roll to get yourself there? Well, I guess you want to approach, stealthily. So
Oh yay, that's going to help. That's going to really work with my themes. Let's do stealth.
I mean, there's a massive distraction going on, so it's probably gonna be okay. You can roll sneak around, and I guess you can add 4 to it.
4 with the distractions. Oh, take that.
Yeah,
Let's go
that's
sneak
a
around.
little bit of a high of a tier now in retrospect, but we learn as we go along. All right. Unsurprisingly, you succeed.
Okay.
So
Steal the
you
base.
arrive also in the basement somehow, like all full of shit. With Corvus there in the basement. But we're gonna cut right there. I'll tell you what you see in a second. Before you react, we're gonna go back up to the roof. All this, what do you do now in this moment where all the cameras there's no more camera power either.
I think he's out there just breathing heavily, just exhausted, almost weak. And I think we see the police's backup generator kick on, and then a bolt just strike that one out as well. And I think he sees that, realizes his job is done, and goes to start to descend the stairwell back to get to the street level, and try to get back to the van or try to see what's going on. He knows he was spotted, but he's hoping the storm scared off any people that might have.
Okay. All right, and then our other 2 heroes on the roof. All of a sudden, your ability to use the computer system, at least, well, I guess it's still fine for you. But if you try to connect with anything in the police station, it's not going to happen. But what do you do now?
Since we don't need to be up on the roof anymore, there's clearly a distraction going on. I probably hear people shouting downstairs. I asked if Dew wants to get down back on the ground.
Is there roof access? Can we access the building from the roof?
That's better thought.
Yeah, I mean, roll change the game. Or I mean, if you can think of something else that will work.
Okay, so change the game. Okay, so yeah, so I guess I'll just kind of see if there are. I'll ask Slappy, the slap bracelet, to show me the signs to lead to how to get inside from here.
Okay.
And that's change the game.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, we finally got a miss here. All right. I think I'm gonna. Okay. So there's too much activity going on. You're not gonna be able to get a whole lot of additional information through your lay of the land, your ability to sit back quietly and observe and pull together pieces of information. So burn that new lay of the land tag.
Okay. Even I didn't use it, but I should
Okay, well
burn
then tell me something else that you feel like would
I
be
used
more
the follow
appropriate
the
there.
signs, so I was asking them to like show me
Okay,
how to get in there, so I can burn that one.
yeah, that one's fine. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Go for that one.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right, so-
I see all these signs going everywhere, and I can't decipher where to go, and I get dizzy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do.
All right, Zeke, what do you do at this moment?
All right, I think if we can't find a roof access, I think we might need a quick getaway very soon. Assuming that they're able to get out easily. So I think Zeke is gonna grab Dew and try to get back down to the van.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to roll for that or. So I definitely don't want to be caught, but also like there's so much going on. So
There
it's
is
like,
a huge lightning storm going
Yeah,
on. You're not
flying
just
is not
flying.
the best.
I'm already on the roof. What the hell else? Like,
I don't think you need to. You know, if all you're doing is just going back to the van, I think you could do that without rolling. I mean, I just can't imagine. I mean, you're gonna get +4 anyway, so if you want to pull off anything special, you can roll for it. But if it's just really just trying to get out of there, we can
yeah,
save space.
I don't have much for stealth or talking.
Don't even worry about it. Everybody's distracted.
All right. It's just like I don't know how I'd be able to get down to the like. Do I know the police layout or anything? Like, how would I know
mean,
to get?
Dew texted it to you.
Oh, she texted the police layout too.
That was.
I mean,
I
that
assume
was the
she.
whole
Well, I was about to
Just
say, I
the
don't think she.
building.
Yeah, I don't know how Dew would accomplish that. Like, I'm not sure how her power works, but maybe it can take the form of a text message. I don't know.
Well, I just talked about the basement. I didn't give a layout.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Well, also, if you're
I
just going back
mean-
to the van, Z, does the building layout matter?
Well, I'm also wondering like if I want to get in.
Ah, okay,
Like,
okay.
just be like, you stay here. I want to, I want to make sure I can help and get my friend to
Yeah,
safety.
definitely.
But I also got to think like my powers are very showy. Like,
Don't you have like super strength too, or something like that?
yeah, I do.
Or you just
You
You
push
don't
through
trust the
roof?
Grim Reaper and the ultra strength person to get your friend out safely?
I mean, I don't even know that Chuck. Like, I just noticed like Chuck's gone. And I'm like, is the Chuck's gone and the knob for my stereo? What the hell?
But the keys are still in the ignition if you need it.
The worst thing you could have done.
Fuck it. I think I'm gonna go in there and try to see if I can find the basement. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't want them to see you, that would be a sneak around.
Yes, it would. Like I said, don't have anything to sneak around with.
You have +4.
Yeah, they're distracted 4.
But if you fail, I will reduce that status. Mild success. Okay, things get complicated. Ooh, okay, so someone unimportant noticed you, but that just made them important, right? You were perceived by a secondary sense. You must leave something important behind or be discovered. Okay, so here's what happens. You make your way down. You make your way into the police station on your way to the basement. Everybody's just, there's still pandemonium, right? But, and I guess, are you inside the station? Are you creeping now down the basement stairs?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
Okay.
about the sewer entrance.
All right. So while you get down the basement stairs, behind you, all of a sudden, You hear the door, like the door is heavier than you thought it was, and it slams shut and somehow latches behind you. That's the only thing that happens on your way down. Otherwise, you make it down there just fine.
All right, I'll have to literally open that door when we come to it.
All right, so let us now. We cut. Okay, so then the pictures like zooms away from Zeke. You now see Chuck come out of the sewer, and Corvus comes triumphantly down the stairs also, or you see that he's already down there. And the pandemonium that was engulfing the station up there, after that door slams shut, you don't hear any pandemonium, and it's dark, but you see a match light. Like it's a total movie moment, right? And you see it rise up to a cigar. There is a person sitting in a chair. You see a cell in this basement, very dimly lit, and you could see a police uniform or a badge, and it's clear to you that Enkidu is tied up. You can see just a flickering of light, tied up and being held in a cell. It's not an official cell, clearly. And the rest of you also see that there are also several just uniformed police officers down here. Something was going on, but the person with the cigar, not a cop, and says, well, he says to you, well, it's the Payne University crew coming to save the day, I see. Well, you notice that for some reason you don't feel scared. You don't even feel threatened. The person, you know this is some kind of like evil movie moment, but you kind of like this guy. In fact, you all take a status, and it is, hold on a second, let me get this right. You are amiable to, or amicable to, toward this person. For some reason, you think that he's all right. He says, look, hey. We can work this out, my friends. We don't need to fight now, do we?
Yeah, you can let the detective go, and we don't need to fight. Isn't that how it works?
Of course we don't. In fact, I'm glad you spoke up to us, to me, Chuck. I've been a fan of you and your football career, and let's just say, I could put in a good word with the coach. Coach Rhymes. You could be the starting quarterback. You've been working for this. You deserve it. You don't need to spend time with these kids solving stupid mysteries. You're going to end up getting hurt, right? Why don't you think about it? Now, Professor Castle, how long you been at the university for?
Oh, is that a legitimate question? 5
years
years
now, right? Yeah. I mean, you know what they don't do, and I know that you know this. They don't appreciate you, but they will. Your research into child psychology, and I don't know. I don't have any kids myself, but I know that if I were a kid, I would want you to be my dad. You deserve tenure, and you know what? The right words from the right person, perhaps, with the sweet lips of honey, might be able to get you where you want to be. But you think about that too. Sorry, who else is here? Oh, yes. Wait a second, who else was here? For real?
Zeke.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, Zeke. Yeah, you've been working security for a while too, right? Isn't it time you get a better job? What about detective? Detective for not just Precinct 23, but citywide detective. And you and your friend Enkidu, you can work together, be partners, solve crimes. You know, present company excluded, of course. But why don't you think about it?
But you've already arrested, like you kidnapped one of the detectives. So why would you want to be a detective?
Just a DJ.
Could I roll to see if I could, I don't know, see through, like, be less tempted by his offers, I want to say?
Perhaps you're amiable too all of a sudden, so you kind of like him, right? You know he's a criminal, right? But he's a smooth guy.
But I have a tag
criminal.
Right.
I have a tag that's human lie detector, and I haven't been able to use it yet.
Okay. All right. Good.
And I'm trying to trying to point out that, well, yeah, you've kidnapped one detective. Why work as a detective for him?
Now, keep in mind, these are offers that, as they say, you really
can't refuse.
You can always get to refuse. Otherwise, they're not an offer. Then it's an order. And even an order, you can get to refuse.
I see why you're on an athletic scholarship.
Some of the brains of the operation. Yes.
Sorry, Zeke, you were saying?
Yeah, I do want to roll to see if I could kind of shake off the status, at least for me.
Sure. Give it
I
a
guess
shot.
that would be, maybe it would be toe to toe. Maybe it would be face danger. I don't know.
It would be change the game.
Change the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay, power 2. So you were able to reduce your status, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see through the bullshit, right? And tell me, you describe what goes through your mind.
Yeah, imagine like Zeke, like at first, like he starts like actually thinking about it, and then he looks at Enkidu and he's like, "Wait a minute, I don't want to be working for the man." He's like, "Why would I want that?" And
Where's
he
the
starts
punk in that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. He's just like, no, that's not me. And he starts to put like 2 and 2 together, and he's like, okay, this is Honey Lip. And he's just like, no, actually, I don't think so. I think I'm walking out of here with my friend one way or the other.
Okay, so you can make your status 0. You're seeing through, but if you want to, I'm going to reveal also a custom move. This is the make me offer I can't refuse. If you want to refuse, you have to roll take the risk. Okay, but you've already changed the game. So now I'm going to go on to Chuck right here. Chuck, starting quarterback for the varsity university team, the NFL. That's the National Football League. The National Mist League.
But Northern or Southern?
You would write your own ticket, son.
Yeah, I don't think you understand me too well. I just... And yeah, I'm going to try to fight it.
So you want to say no? You want to refuse?
I refuse the offer.
Okay, roll take
because he says I can write my own ticket, but it's like he doesn't understand that I can't write. Well, I can, but I'm not that smart enough to do it. Yes.
He can write his name in cursive now.
If I'm going to do something, it's all about self-reliance. It's about being better myself, not getting handouts from others. And you should know that we're not allowed to take handouts from others. That's wrong. It's against the sponsorships, and we'd be kicked off the team for doing that type of stuff. And it's all about the belonging to the team and being a part of something bigger, not a part of someone else's handouts. And that's through the roll.
Okay.
Change the game, was it? Or
It was, well,
no?
Take the risk.
You're
Take the
trying to,
risk.
yeah, I mean, take the risk. If you're just trying to flat out say no, take the risk, but you still have amicable 2, so reduce your roll by 2. It's hard for you to say no.
Okay, so hopefully that comes up properly. I don't know if it is. Let's go. Take the risk. It's all about a
Mild
roll.
success. Okay. All right. So things get messy. MC will offer you a hard bargain or an ugly choice. Okay. So here's your choice. They're going to say, look, I don't like. Honey Lip is intrigued by you. He knows he's not going to help you, but look, you have a bright future, kid. You can get out of here right now and we'll deal with you and your friends. But you get out of here and you never look back. And you know you can get out of the police station now without any harm coming to you, or the several police officers that are around there will grab you and you will be restrained 3.
And screw this. The more the merrier. Always acting first. I'm just going to surprise.
Wait, no.
I
You get no choice here. You get one or the other. This is things get messy. You get to either leave, or you get to stay, but you're restrained right next to.
Well, they can restrain me, but then I'm going to act. As soon as they act, I'm going to act. So I'll take the restraint 3, but then I'll act.
Okay.
And try to bust out of it. That's my action.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Okay, so wait. Let's put that on hold. So you're being restrained. Meanwhile, Corvus, how do you respond to this? Because he sort of addressed all of you there at once.
Oh yeah, Corvus is certainly not taking the deal. I think like in the back of his mind, even I think I'll also, before I do the take the risk, which I have to do. I think I'm gonna do flashback here.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Corvus is flashing back to nearly everything that has been done so far. And he is like remembering like first getting the Stop and Shop. He remembers the pawn shop. He goes to the bar. He remembers what happened last night. And then his mind focuses on to his father's broken pen and what that represents to him. And so I don't know if there's a move that would be associated with this, but like I know this man essentially ordered the shark to destroy the last thing I have of my father.
Yeah.
And once again, I don't know if there's a move associated with this I should roll, but it's essentially what I would like to do is get like a juice or something during the take the risk I'm about to roll here.
Roll change the game. That's a perfect use of, and that is a perfect that's a perfect use of your flashback and the change the game roll.
Okay. So able to stay focused
in this very exciting moment. You summons your courage or your anger.
I think this is anger. So do you mind if I also use put the fear of death into them? Like this is going to be like just pure anger.
Okay, yes. But keep in mind, you still have the amicable 2.
Does that apply to the flashback move?
Oh, did you work? Yes, you got around it. You're right, it does not.
All right, so change the game?
Yes, change the game.
All right, with 1 juice. Change the game.
There you go.
I refuse.
Ooh, you refuse. Okay, so you would like to okay, well tell me what you want to do.
So essentially this flashback is like him tapping into his emotions to get rid of this amicable. Like I know this man is a liar, a cheat, and he is just going to ruin our lives in another way if we accept. So I'm definitely getting rid of the status of amicable. So I'm doing that.
Okay. So that's 2 if you want to prolong. Well, I guess you don't have to prolong it. It's just gone.
Right.
So
I want to remaining. Like I'm trying to think here because it's like if I create a story tag, I'm trying to think of what that'd be. Or if I give a status to like the officers of like the person in front of me is now like essentially radiating a blinding rage, so maybe going after him is a bad idea. So I just don't know which one of those would work. Or a story tag, or even actually, can I give?
I mean, it would be a
Honeylip?
status, I think, if you want
Yeah.
to put like, you know.
Can I give Honeylip a status of intimidated too?
You sure can.
Yeah, I give him a status like he's like, even in this darkness, like my eyes, like he can just see them flash in the light of his match, which, you know, we have phones, so him using a match is still kind of funny to me. But yeah, he just sees my eyes and he just sees there is like no respect for him or his word. There is just like this hatred of him, which is probably something he's not used to.
No, absolutely not. He's just taken aback. Now the question is, do you want to give him intimidated 2 for a short time, or do you want to give him intimidated 1 for a prolonged period?
I imagine short period of time, like he's going to be intimidated up until after he leaves this area, because then he's going to get back to normal. Like once we're done with whatever this scene is.
Usually, this is the way I usually rule this, but and I'd be willing to hear a discussion from other MCs, but I feel like the temporary status usually goes for about like 1 roll, and then after. So
then
like
I think if I'm gonna have it be the scene, then I agree that it should be intimidated 1 prolonged
for the scene. Okay.
So we're prolonging it for the duration of the scene.
Okay, all right, there you go. Perfect. He's taken aback. Well, it seems that the professor knows more than he lets on, as it were. Okay, so
So Chuck is being restrained now.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. So now the restraints.
Do you want to deal with everybody else before that breaks out?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So let's go back to Do, and then we'll do Abram. What's going on, I guess, right now for you, Do?
Yeah, so Zeke just like ran off, and Do was like, well, I guess I'll go back to the van. And Zeke seemed like Do saw Zeke just like take off, and she was like, oh, okay. So I think what she would want to do is she would want to because people are just kind of like acting the moment, and I assumed that there isn't. Maybe she was trying to reach out on the group chat, but like in this basement part, I would imagine there probably isn't signal. So I think what she would try to do is she would probably get bored in the van and go in to see if she can find people, and she wants to go to the basement.
Okay.
But the door is closed.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of chaos going on. I mean, there's still, we'll say, distracted. 4 has become distracted 2 on the main floor there. If you try to go to the basement, though, we're gonna have to talk about that, because one, it's not clear how you would get there, because again, the way that you thought you would get there is no longer available.
So it's like a big door that's there, or
Yeah.
Could I I would want to. All right, let me use the like echolocation part again to see if there is any way I can sneak into the room.
Okay.
Or I could try to pick the lock of the door using the mechanical tool set I have.
Your
to
choice.
Then try to sneak through. Yeah, I wanna pick the lock and try to go sneak in.
Okay, so first I'm going to need to sneak around to make sure you can get there amongst the many cops that are still there, right? It's dark. They're still somewhat distracted, so you're going to need to get there without drawing attention to yourself.
Okay. And
you're going to add a +2 for their distracted status.
Okay. So you mean minus. Okay. And then they're distracted.
Yes, you get +2.
Thank you. All right. And yeah, so she's gonna use masking just to be like, I'm supposed to be here. This is me. Kind of
Okay.
thing. And sneak around.
So there you go. You made it. Everyone fell for it. So there you find yourself in front of the door, ready to pick the lock.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you resolve.
Oh, you want me
that.
to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me just
And
reset
then,
some
and
of
then
the
we'll work
stuff.
it into the scene, and then we'll see what Abram's up to.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm also going to use the relic I have, just to like show her what's hidden. And picking the lock, does that change the game?
Let's say that.
Or sneak around? Yeah, I want it to be sneaky because
Okay.
I figure
all right.
like, yeah.
All right, so you made it to the door. Now you want to be able to open the door quietly and appear on the scene without being
Mhm.
detected. All right,
Yeah,
We'll do that.
totally.
we'll do
Mhm.
that.
Cool. Mild success.
Mild success. Okay. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So you happen to click open the door, right? You can describe what happens there, and then I'll tell you who noticed you.
So she like, is fumbling with the lock, using her tool set, clicks it open and then slowly opens it, like slides through. And then slowly, she doesn't close it all the way. She just kind of leaves it ajar so that it's not locked anymore.
Okay. And so as you work your way through, somebody who is someone who is getting nobody important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone unimportant notices you. Somebody who is being booked at that time is sitting at a desk. The name on the desk is Kaminsky. Now Kaminsky is busy right now talking to somebody else, but the person that is sort of sitting there, cuffed, we'll say at the moment, sees you go in there, sees you like pick the lock, is very impressed, but you don't see them do this, but they turn around and they attempt to start to get Kaminsky's attention.
Okay.
And you, for all you know, you got there clean. Now,
Okay.
Abram, what are you doing?
So I imagine by this time he's made it down to the street level, and we see him kind of like step a few steps on the sidewalk and place his hand on the wall of the building next to him, catch his breath, and then move closer towards the van where he sees nobody else. Chuck is gone, Dee is gone, Zeke is gone, and meanwhile this looming storm is still kind of creating this dark atmosphere. And I think we see him place his whole body on the van's driver's side door and laboredly kind of wrench it open and kind of toss himself into the driver's seat. And knowing that the police station is in chaos, that people are panicking, he's going to drive the van closer to the station. That way, if we need to just go, they can pile in the van and we can just go. There's no cameras, so that's what he's doing.
And no one said that they pulled the keys out and took the keys with them.
That's true. They, in fact, said the opposite.
Would you like to give yourself an advantage, through a change the game, or are you just going to narratively move the van? Because you can have that for free. But
I think I just want to narratively move the. I'll just narratively do that.
See?
Okay.
Chuck for the win, planning, leaving the keys in the van in case
We go back.
The unsung hero.
Yeah. We cut back to the basement where Chuck has been restrained, but really wants to take action very quickly. What do you do?
So as they're restraining him, they're trying to. He's not doing the passive resistance. He's doing the active resistance. He's making them use their strength to really try to force his arms back. And knowing what he knows, he uses their strength against him. The more force they put in, the bigger his strength actually grows. But he's doing things like this gets him into trouble. And even though there's lots of them, from his point of view, it's the more the merrier. So am I going toe to toe or facing danger with this?
Let's see. It would be go toe to toe because I didn't give you a chance to face danger because that was not part of your deal.
Yeah. Okay. Go toe to
You go
toe.
toe to toe with.
There's a
with the
lot of
people-
things tagged here.
Whoa! What the hell did you just do?
A
What?
lot of things. Plus all the minuses in there too.
Okay. So amicable 2 should be a reduction.
Okay.
Restrained should be a reduction.
There are reductions.
Okay, and then you have.
He only
all-
had +2 technically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you managed to achieve your goal. You. Okay.
So the
so
strange is
you
there. They are
succeed.
reductions.
Okay. All right. All right. So you get them good. Inflicting a status equals power. You block, dodge, counter their best efforts. Okay. So. Go ahead. Tell me what happens.
I just want to throw them off, and getting ready for them to try to counter me, but inflicting the unsteady a unexpected inflicting a condition which essentially means that they're like the next action that they just didn't expect that to happen. They didn't expect what they're up against.
Yeah.
And that we do have some power. So I like a
Right.
condition of this is not what we expected. One or
Okay. All right. So surprised 2, I guess. Now,
two.
unfortunately for you, you do catch them a little bit off their guard, but there's just too many of them. So I'm going to reduce by 2 the status you put on there because of the size, because of the several officers that are there. So you actually don't have an appreciable effect on what they're doing, and you are restrained still 3. You try your best, but your ordinary powers will not get you out of this. And so okay. Dew now has to appear on the scene. While this is going on, you've sort of sneaked your way in there. What do you do now that you happen upon all of what's going on here?
So is the surprise effect, is that an ongoing status or was it just for that time?
No. I mean, there is no ongoing status that I know of.
Okay. So she's in the shadows. She kind of sees what's going on. She's getting the lay of the land. So she sees Detective Enkidu. She sees what's going on with everyone else. She wants to... what she wants to do is try to get Detective Enkidu out. It seems like they're all really focused on the team. So Dew wants to see if she can bust Detective Enkidu out.
How are you going to do that? There's a lot. There is several cops. There is
Yeah, so
Honeylip.
tell me what's
Go
going
ahead.
on. Where is her cell in relation to everything? Are they all around it? Is it separate?
Yeah, I mean, this is not a huge basement, so like there is a single holding cell, which now Chuck and Enkidu are in there. They're both restrained. There is several police officers, and there's Honeylip, who still looks cool as a cucumber. As a matter of fact, why don't you take Amicable 2 as well? Suddenly, you're like, wait a second here. This is not exactly what I
Maybe
thought.
he's not that bad.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Is he cool as a cucumber? He is intimidated 1 ongoing.
Oh, true. Cool as a cucumber. Not exactly. You're right.
So
My mistake. Intimidated 1, but with
as-
respect to, mostly Corvus, but you might be able to build on that. Cool.
as a broccoli stalk.
Yes, but you still take Amicable 2.
So, so she would want to Yeah, so she would want to change the game or okay.
You're in a honey of a pickle.
So I did read in the guidebook that you can do a stop holding back on a logos theme card.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it
Okay.
doesn't, I mean, if you fail, I think I decide what the cost is.
Mhm.
If you succeed, then I guess there's no cost. I mean, I don't think it, I don't really know what you mean by on a logos theme card, I guess.
I mean, usually it's like the usual thing is that it's on a mythos card because you're like stop holding back. You're holding back the mythos itself.
Yeah.
But I would like to do it on the logos card, my possessions card.
Okay.
And what she has that isn't burnt is her mechanical engineer tool set and a splinter. Like she has the sleep darts that she has in her, these small ones that are in her bracelet. So she would want to, she would want to like look around and see what's around her and MacGyver like a sleep dart, like rapid fire gun to try to put all these people to sleep so that we can get out of here.
You're going to put everybody to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
including Honeylip?
Honeylip don't sleep.
I'm just asking because I want to decide what level of risk you're taking here.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, let's say this is a no return level of difficulty since Honeylip is kind of a boss.
All right. This is a big gamble.
Wait a second, hold on a second. Is it it's significant? Yeah.
Significant, no
second.
return,
Yeah,
ultimate.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll say no return. No return.
Okay. All right.
And
All
you
right,
get wait. You get plus
one.
How many mythos themes do you have?
It's
'Cause
plus
one.
logos themes.
Well, if it's the logos stop holding back, then it's the mythos theme that counts.
Yeah, it's still +1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If I did a mythos, then it would be +3 because I had 3
Gotcha.
logos.
They're doing.
Well,
But I'm doing a
well,
logos,
Yeah.
Well,
so it's
I'm confused.
+1.
Get it.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I'll look
Yeah.
that up later. I don't know that rule.
It's the opposite.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool.
So everything's
Yeah.
aligned
Alright.
to one roll. where
What
you
are you
have a
saying,
+1.
Neon? Like, what are we getting wrong here? This is an important rule. So I don't
I'm
have
not
to-
too sure. I've never really seen like what she's saying is the logo side being the stop holding back. I like it, so like I don't want to say anything against it.
I haven't heard of that.
It's in the
either.
player. It's in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
Alright, we
So
can
yeah,
look it up.
I've never done it that way, but I like it. I would say.
Okay.
I can look it up while you guys do this part,
Yeah.
so I'll pull up the rule book.
Okay. But either way, you're
I-
deciding it's +1. I mean, I guess that's what really
Yeah.
matters. All right. Well, we'll just
It's
rule
just
it's gonna be
+1.
okay. We'll look up this rule and we'll say +1 this time.
I looked it up before I suggested it, so
Fair enough.
Cool.
yeah, it's +1. So it's stop holding back. Stop holding back. All right, y'all. Here we go. Mild success.
Ooh, okay. You stop holding back, and pay the
Nice.
price. Okay, so you replace one theme. Holy. Okay. Tell us what happened. This is you now have narrative control.
Okay, so she's looking around. She noticed there's like different office supplies, there's different wires, and she's finding like, rubber bands. She's finding strings, she's finding wire. It's very much like MacGyver as she's totally honed in and focused using her Vyvanse, seemingly just kicked in, her ADHD medication. She can focus and she, just allows her intuitive genius take over, and it's like her hands are moving and she can't even think fast enough, and it's like her hands know exactly what to build, taking off the sleep darts that's on her wrists, putting it together. She goes and she takes aim and she yells to the team. She's like, get down, and starts like shooting
Like a little Gatling gun.
Yeah. Take that, you dirty rats. And is like shooting all the people with sleep darts. Yeah, so they can fall.
Wow, imagine that. Imagine the scene here. Oh my gosh. So like, wow. Okay, so Honey Lip feels like he's in control. All of a sudden, wow, okay. All right. Is that all? Everybody is
Yeah.
down. Honey Lip says,
Mhm.
oh, grr. So yeah, I mean, suddenly, the two of Chuck's restrained. All of a sudden, you see everybody falls to the ground. Zeke, you see everybody falls to the ground. Corvus, you see everybody falls to the ground. Enkidu comes around and is like, whoa, what do you do? What does anybody else do at this moment?
I think it's time to get Enkidu out of here.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab Enkidu by the arm and just be like, no time for questions. Just come on.
Meanwhile, Kaminsky, who was about to come down the stairs and join the scene, just turns around and goes back up.
Over my head, I see. Goodbye.
Outside my
I don't get paid enough.
So to the sewers.
Probably safer that way.
Yeah.
Corvus looks at all of them and then looks at Honey Lip do we just leave him?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
We
with
got to
Honey
get out of
Lip?
here.
Think about this. Honey Lip, if you're not going to kill him, he's at your mercy right now.
I mean, we could kidnap him.
You could kidnap him too, actually. Wow, that's a lot of power. Decide what you want to do. You have to, this is
Handcuffs.
What do you guys think?
driver's seat.
Yeah, I take one of the officer's handcuff him, rip some cloth off of his jacket or whatever and gag him too so he can't talk. And then Chuck, I can't lift him. Please do that for me.
Okay. That's. Oh, you mean actually carry? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I can do that too.
I cannot. No, you're the strong one. I'm not. Please lift.
Hey, I'm strong too.
Wait, but you got Enkidu.
Yeah.
It's okay. You've got your own.
Let's just go. Go.
Get out of here. That's loser talk. All right, come on, let's go.
Are we leaving in the sewer or what?
We're leaving out the sewer. We have a man we just kidnapped. Out the sewer. Go.
Okay. Does anyone have the keys?
As far as I know, they're still in the car. Let's go.
Hopefully, Abram got them.
And we exit the sewers.
All right. And
Two
the scene
bodies.
fades to black. Honey Lip, I'm going to say, is taken unconscious 5. And he is at your mercy. I assume, you meet Abram in the van and you peel off as quickly as you can. Now, I do want to offer you all the opportunity to make a hard choice. So if someone wants to roll that particular move, you can take a look at it. So Honey Lip offered you something, you all said no. So you could use this as this is your choice, right? You could use this as a moment to develop your character a little bit. So, you could look to see those of you who got pressured by Honey Lip, you could mark crack. For example, Chuck, you decided not to be quarterback of the football team. You sacrifice something so you could mark attention on something or crack on something. And sorry if I'm not making any sense. Corvus, you could do the same. And I think Zeke also can do the same.
Yep,
if you
Zeke
want
got
to,
the
it's your
offer.
choice. Yeah.
Hmm.
And of course you don't have to decide right now, but I want to put that out there because we had a dramatic scene right now and I want you to just soak it up. You know what I mean?
This might also be a good place to end.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're also late.
Yeah.
Well, longer.
I mean, we're definitely going to end here, but I want to get this on the record to know that you were having this perhaps a moment of character development. And before we end the session, I also want to go back to D or do, I should say, and say, what theme do you think? You don't have to decide right now what theme, because you didn't succeed fully, so you're gonna have to replace a theme. What theme do you think you're gonna replace?
Oh, definitely the possessions one, the one that had the
Oh man.
utility belt, and I've been planning this for the character
Okay,
for
alright,
a while.
good.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't
Ever
know
since the
exactly what
first
it is,
murder.
but I know what it's gonna be.
All right, good.
Generally.
Okay, so part of the fun in this game is you get to do your own character development. But anyway, we'll end right
Yep.
there. Thank you, everybody. I had a lot of fun today.
So I like the idea of the last scene, right? Is everybody's piling into the van and you guys throw Honeylip in the back and Abraham was like, what the and then the screeching of the
Honeylip,
tires
just
as
go.
it just
I think immediately after that, like, which is like the actual last scene, like Zeke's like, you know, driving, he's like speeding away, he's still got adrenaline pumping, and he's like, oh, thank God we got out. What the hell happened to the knob on my stereo? Like,
as the sport, as the game is played on the radio.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, nice.
All right. I think we got one last thing we got to do officially.
Oh right, thank you for that. Jeez, I completely forgot I was about to end the thing. All right, yeah, let's geek
That's
out.
why I'm
during the
here.
credits. Thank you for that. Oh, all right, well, we'll start with you, Corvus. Choose one of those because we're only gonna say one, and then let us know.
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely a help point with Abram based on our conversation at the beginning of the session. I think that's definitely what I'm going with.
Okay. And how about you, Abram?
Okay, so you know, can we come back to me while I look at this
Absolutely.
and think about
Yeah.
some of the stuff that's happened here?
We sure can.
Thank
all right,
you.
Chuck.
I know there's which of my themes is struggling. Yeah, I'm about to lose my my football side.
Haven't played
Okay.
football in weeks.
He's got a couple of cracks. It's getting close.
Right. All
Um,
right, so if
well,
it collapses, yeah.
It's not the fact that I haven't played. That's something else. But yeah, that kind of pushed me.
All right, thank you for that. Zeke.
what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's the geek out during credits. You can answer one of the three questions. You can ask how's the crew grown. I guess that doesn't matter because you're not going to recover any. There's no burnt crew power tags. You could say which character had the most meaningful interaction, or which of your themes is under the most strain.
I think since none of my themes are really under strain yet, I think I'm gonna go with which character has the most meaningful interaction. And kind of like everyone came to help my friend, and since I can't give a help point to everyone, I'm gonna give a hurt point to Chuck for my stereo.
Okay. Thank you for that. And now, finally, Do.
So Do is just like gonna get a hurt point to Abram because like she was on the roof of this, nothing in the group chat about like, hey, like, you know, take cover or anything, and then all this lightning came around everywhere, and
What, you
she's just
mean
thinking
this?
about.
Hey, man,
She's just,
Turn it down.
sometimes you just gotta handle the business.
and
Ain't
so
got
she's
time
just
to
thinking
think.
like, this is another time when she's been around someone with immense power that didn't like tell her to get out of harm's way and instead like put her in harm's way. So yeah, there's a hurt point there.
All right. Thank you. All right. I guess that's gonna end the session.
Well,
Everybody
Abram,
have-
we have to come back to Abram.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
shoot.
I mean,
Yeah.
looking at these things, I don't think anything specifically has really influenced him. So I guess I'll have to think on the conversation that he had with Corvus. Or you know what? No, man, this is difficult for some reason. So he didn't really like the way that people kind of attacked Corvus when we came back to Science Room M. You know, I think they were all on board to go after the mob, but no one really wanted to, like, when we had that discussion, no one's like, okay, well, what do we do? How are we going to do that? You know?
Yeah.
And Corvus has taken steps to combat them. And while it wasn't what Abram would have wanted or anybody, he thinks it's kind of silly to be like this up in his face about the choices he's made.
I was on board with it.
Yeah. It was really what Chuck and Do
Yep.
that were
All the
kind
adults
of-
were like, yeah, you know, sometimes you need to kill someone.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, it's not fine, but like,
Yeah.
The world's
that's
not
what you're
great.
condoning, right?
Yeah.
oh, he
Fine
said
with me.
specifically he didn't condone it. So can I do 2 to both, like Chuck and Donna and Do, or is it just one or the other?
Says 1.
Okay.
Yeah, add 1 help or hurt point. Yeah.
All right.
Choose
So
wisely.
yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
who hurt you earlier this session.
Yeah. So I feel like both of them made comments throughout the entire session, just constantly harping on that situation instead of trying to patch things up or like see where Corvus is coming from. So I think I'll go with Chuck for now. We'll see what happens. That was a lot of talking for 1 hurt point. I apologize.
All right.
No, I
You
totally
walk through
deserve
it.
deserve the help point. Yeah,
Uh,
All right.
I actually expected it from Wolf, but yeah.
Corvus is very self-guilt about what happened. Like, he understands that he did something that
yeah.
probably should not have happened.
Don't
at
worry
least,
about it.
at least in front of everyone else.
Yeah. Well, Abram's not like cool with you killing people.
Oh, sure.
But things are like sometimes you have to make hard choices. Sometimes you have to make difficult decisions.
And kidnap a kingpin.
Yeah.
was my
Consigliere.
idea.
He is not.
Yeah.
He's not the head of the organization. He's just an advisor.
That can manipulate people. So, are you sure the advisor's not the head?
And depends on what powers the head has, if he has any.
Is he? But the Falzoni, is he a Falzoni?
Yeah, he's a
Family?
consigliere of the Falzoni crime family.
But that doesn't mean that he's a part of the family.
Consigliere is a weird role.
I don't know. But we've also got one more move to do, which is the outro for who we are. So people know me. I'll do mine at some point. But we'll start with Wolf this time.
Start a session, end a session. All right. So yeah, I am Wolf of Red Roses. I played Corvus Castle today. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Wolf of Red Roses. I occasionally stream. I streamed a little bit of Psychonauts 2 because that was free on Game Pass. So I finished that game. I moved on to another one. So you might catch me streaming Sea of Thieves here for a little bit. But yeah.
Neon?
I'm Neon. I played Abram, and I don't do nothing. Good luck.
So
Find
if you
him if
track
you
down
dare.
Neon, that would be stalking. So that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Um,
But I appreciate perseverance. So
Polter?
Hi, I'm Polter Zeitz. You can find me on Twitch. Sometimes I stream. I don't really have a schedule. But recently I have been on Twitter. You can find me at Polter Zeitz on Twitter. I post my art there.
Okay. D?
Hi, my name's Dee, and I'm Journeys with D on all platforms. I'm mainly on Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch.
Mistress of Ceremonies, Polly.
Hello, it's me. I'm Polly of twitch.tv/Polly. People check me out. Hot talk, exciting shit. Follow me, visit me. Let's talk. Bye.
And yeah, people know me. My name is Karsh Goblin. This is GoblinCaveTV. This is what I do. This is my enjoyment. This is my channel, and I love these people that we get to work with. So thank you for being here, everybody here in our cast. It's always great fun. And thank you for those watching us. If you're on YouTube, which this is a YouTube only show, don't forget to click the plus, the thumbs up, because it helps us out and helps spread the word.
heart, that's a burger. I can't make a heart. There we go. Sorry.
It's a hands. I don't know.
There's
but-
a lot of hate.
If you want to leave a comment down below. If you want to leave a rude comment down below, leave a positive comment below, because that's just mean. We have a guard's tale tomorrow with Poly people back again. We have a new cast member hopefully starting tomorrow. We also have Call of Cthulhu, and we've got a new cast member starting with Call of Cthulhu the day after that. We've also got Circus. We're running Circus back to back for a while because we're ramping up, because we're actually at Gen Con. So for Gen Con, September 16, We are actually on, not on this channel, but we're actually on Paizo's official Twitch channel, doing a show for them for Gen Con, which is going to be a big thing. It's going to be our circus show. So that's why we're doing the circus show a few weeks in a row now. But that's about it for the channel. Thank you everyone for coming in. Thank you everybody here. Thank you for our viewers. And we'll do a credits roll, and we don't raid because that isn't a thing in YouTube. It's a weird thing. But thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good.